Everyone's talking about these weight loss drugs, and it's a good thing we've got Dr. Joe Molesky with us, a St. Louis native. And Joe, it can get very confusing, but the one thing we need to know is GLP-1, right? That's the magic cure.
The magic cure is these weight loss shots. They're injected once weekly. They're not like the old medications that you've seen 20, 30 years ago. These medications actually work. They're injected once weekly, and patients see within the first 90 days 10 to 15 pounds down. It simply works, and that's why I recommend it to all of my patients. You simply go online, book an appointment, you fill out a health questionnaire form, you get an appointment on our schedule. It's all telemedicine based. It's all done from your home, and then you meet with me or one of my nurse practitioners, and then after the 10, 15-minute consult, the medication is delivered right to your door discreetly, and you get started right now on your weight loss journey.
And you want to start to lose weight? None better than to call stlmedweightloss.com and ask Dr. Joe. stlmedweightloss.com.
This is the KTRS Radiothon to support Backstoppers on the Big 550 at KTRS.com. This hour of the 6th annual KTRS Radiothon is brought to you by Cutest Funeral Homes, Lauren Risley Real Estate, Lenny Plumbing, Golden Oak Lending, Altair Travel and Cruises, Kirkwood Florist. Your donations benefit the Backstoppers. Remember to donate. Go to KTRS.com and click on the Backstoppers logo.
And now, here are Heidi Glaus, Josh Gilbert, and Bob Ramsey on KTRS.
Well, here we are in the final stretch of our 6th annual Backstoppers Radiothon. If you have donated, thank you. If you've just been joining us to learn a little bit more, thank you. Good news is we still have time to donate. You know, Backstoppers is a fantastic organization that is really a safety net with no strings attached. And we'll learn throughout the next 3 hours how Backstoppers have played an incredible role here in our community. It's really amazing. I mean, they provided roughly $3 million in assistance annually over the last 3 years. And what always impresses me is just how quickly they respond. But then we're talking about our, real life heroes here. And when they go down, somebody has to step up.
What's interesting about it to me is first of all, the concept initially.
Yeah.
Those folks, really got the ball rolling. And now it has become so efficient in getting help to families that need it
immediately
and not leave them hanging.
Yeah.
Even a week, 2 weeks, a month, not knowing what's going to happen. The stress is unbelievable, and Backstoppers is there immediately.
Yeah. I mean, the organization started in 1959, has assisted more than 200 families since then, and as I mentioned, provided roughly $3 million in assistance annually. And that's really quite incredible. It's not just kind of swooping in, but they make sure that kids can go to college if they want to. They make sure that those dreams remain intact, because let's be honest, if you get that horrible news that you have lost a spouse, the last thing you're thinking about is college for your kid or how am I going to make this house payment. You're just thinking of, how do I put one foot in front of the other?
And before long, though, those big bricks will be on your back and you'll be going, what do I do? Well, with Backstoppers, you won't worry.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. So throughout the next 3 hours, we're going to hear from some of our sponsors, because we couldn't do this Radiothon without our sponsors here at the Big 550 KTRS. And we have so many of them. Some of them have been sponsors of the Radiothon since the very beginning 6 years ago. But then we're also going to hear from people who have really felt the need and seen exactly what Backstoppers has done. And I'm just going to warn you, some of those stories are just, they will rip your heart out, and then they'll kind of patch it back up a little bit, because you find out that, especially in these times when we seem to be so divided as a country, I mean, it doesn't matter what side of the aisle you're from. Backstoppers is helping everybody. And those EMTs and firefighters and police officers are helping all of us when there is a need. So I think that's the number one thing to remember. So coming up, we're going to talk to a couple of people that are made the decision to help us today, and you can make that decision as well. I mean, it doesn't matter if you want to donate $10 or if you want to donate $250. All of it goes towards this great cause, and you can make that donation on our website, KTRS.com. There's a slider that says Backstoppers Radiothon. Just click on that and put in however much money you want to donate.
We are waiting on our first guest, but I got to tell you, I saw a tweet today. It's not a tweet, it's a thread.
Oh.
Which...
You just lost me. Sorry.
It's Facebook's version of Twitter.
Oh.
Somebody who was on a Southwest flight yesterday sent this out and took a picture. He said, I'm on a Southwest flight. 75% of the plane is empty. The door is closed. And we started to spread out. And the flight attendants came over and said, you cannot do that.
What?
Even if the flight isn't full?
We mentioned yesterday that they started this new thing where it's assigned seating, and they're acting like this is a great thing, and everyone who's ever flown on Southwest hates this idea.
Well, but we had 2 or 3 texters yesterday who said they were so excited about it.
Someone said it avoids the anxiety.
Yes.
Okay. Well, you pay for it then and let the rest of us have open seating. So he goes on to say they insisted we cannot leave our assigned seats, so we're forced to cram into rows. And he said he was sitting next to 2 other people where 5 rows in front of him were completely open.
Let's hope that because this is new to Southwest, that they'll realize how ridiculous that is.
A lot of people have weighed in and pointed out that Southwest said, hey, this is new. And I think a lot of the flight attendants are saying, guys,
what do we do?
They are watching us like hawks. They are making sure that we're following procedure. Don't,
test us right now.
Don't shoot the messenger.
Yeah.
Other flights on airlines that have been doing assigned seating for years, once the flight is in the air and they're at cruising altitude, they say you can move around the cabin. But when they get ready to land, they have to go back to their assigned seat.
Yes.
My experience, and I guess it's probably been a while. I can't imagine that it was recently. But anyway, there have been a number of times once you get going and there's a bunch of empty seats and you're in a crowded row, if you ask the flight, hey, is it okay if I move up there? And no, I've never had them say no.
I think that maybe is the key. If you just willy-nilly are going to move around, there is some protocol. If you are kind and say, can I, may I, then chances are it's going to be received in a different way. When we were flying to Mexico, and talk about really getting under our skin, Marsha paid extra for us to sit together. And I don't remember how much it was. We get our boarding pass, and she's a seat in front of me, not beside me for this 3-hour flight.
You're touching.
Not if you're paying extra for it.
Right. That's criminal.
I mean, it doesn't.
Yes, there should be a refund.
There should be a refund. However, there were a couple of couples and they were all kind of scattered out, and maybe there were friends here. And so we asked the flight attendant, do you care if somebody switches with us?
And she goes,
yeah, and because we paid for this seat. And she goes, if they don't care, we don't care.
Good.
And she was so
normal.
kind. But I do think you have to be kind and ask. I don't think.
They give me my seat.
Yeah, and
that's not going to work.
And I think right now, so many people just think it's their right to go take that seat instead of ask. And I think you can get a lot further by being kind.
Agreed.
Well, they went on to say, like I said, the flight attendant was told them all, I'm being watched, I'm being supervised.
Right.
This is a no-no. This is our new rules. I'm sure they will figure it out just like every airline in the future. The cynical side of me obviously says, you didn't pay for that seat, so you have to sit in this seat, even if it's next to other people and all this. Hey, if you wanted that seat in the future, you got to pay for it. or they come out with the hat, and say, all right, we got a bunch of open seats. Who wants them? And then you start getting your dollars out. This is the nickel and diming of the airline industry these days. But that is currently how the Southwest Airlines assigned seating rollout is going.
I'm flying Southwest next Monday, and so I will report in when I get back to see how it went.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wasn't there another story where someone paid for a window seat and they got there and
It was a blank wall.
It was a
Yeah.
blank wall. Yeah.
It's that space in between. It is
Yeah.
the wall. But here's what I think also about that. I mean, out of the gate, there's going to be so many people complaining about everything.
100%.
I mean, this is, to me, one of the main problems with social media. And part of it, was a rain on our parade even of our last trip. It was the girls just wanna, and it's constant music. And you get one or two people who want to complain and, start a thread on Facebook about, are they refilling the water bottles and it's not really fresh water? Or it's like, come on. And for me, go get a group around that bar and you guys complain about it. Don't put it out in the universe and start this whole thing.
Well, everybody was jumping on, and the texters are saying the exact same thing as the comments on this post. They say, what about balancing the weight of the airplane? They were on a Southwest flight last year, and they made people move seats
Because of that.
to balance the airplane out. Somebody else weighed in and said, could it be for safety reasons if a plane were to go down?
You know who's in what
They
seat.
need to know who's in what seat. But Southwest
Yeah, I'm
didn't
not
have
buying
that
that.
problem 3 days ago.
Yeah.
Somebody may use that as an excuse, but I'm not buying it.
No.
And I'm not trying to be a bad guy here. If you go down, that's the last. They're not checking seats.
And don't make somebody stay in that seat just because, if we crash. What do you mean if we crash?
Yeah, that's not exactly a great argument. Our friend Italy Kim is in Ecuador, coming in loud and clear. I love that Kim takes us everywhere. We get to travel with Italy Kim.
Kim, take us with you next time.
Well, she's like, I am. I have you on my headphones right now.
Physically, I want to be in Ecuador.
Yeah, somebody said my wife pays extra for early bird check-in and was
Yeah.
still in the B boarding group. We figured half the flight paid for it also.
Yeah, that happens too frequently.
Yeah.
That happens a lot.
Mm-hmm. It is just one of those things, and if they can get away with it, they will, and everybody wants to have the best seat possible, and I guess it's just one of those things that we have to deal with. In the scheme of things, in the world that we're living in right now, it's not the worst thing.
It's first world.
Mm-hmm.
And now, KTRS weather.
Another cold one today, afternoon highs in the mid-20s. Plus, let's keep an eye to the sky from mid-afternoon into tonight when a narrow band of light but persistent snow could set up. Now, exactly where that band develops, still a little uncertain. A lot of us won't see the flakes at all, but if you do, a fresh dusting up to about an inch, maybe even a little more, is possible. Mostly cloudy, even colder on Friday. Talking morning lows around 8, afternoon highs at only 19. From the First Alert 4 Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Matt Chambers for the Big 550 KTRS.
Oftentimes we talk about make sure you support local, and of course you want to support local, and when you support local and you need windows and doors, you call Larry Thornton and Joe Thornton from the Window Store, 314-739-0002. Why? Well, because they support local and you support local, right? And you're supporting your neighbor to make sure the job is done right. They go the extra mile. In fact, somebody called up Larry Thornton the other day looking for new windows. Larry went out to the house and said, "You don't need new windows. These windows are fine. Thank you very much. Call me back some other time." The other reason why you support Larry Thornton at the Window Store, 314-739-0002, is because local companies support charities. And the Window Store is a proud sponsor of the KTRS Radiothon to support Backstoppers. So a local company that'll do it right with great windows and great doors, and they give back to the community, and big supporters of Backstoppers. You need windows, you need Window Store, wswindow.net.
Way back in time, if you had a leak in the roof of your hut, I imagine you had to find a tree close by, scale it, and then jump and hope you could get up there and see what was wrong. Then came the advent of the ladder. There was an easier way to get up there and see if something was wrong. And with modern technology, we finally get around to the drone. Now, the folks at Allen Roofing use those instead of trees and ladders. Send a drone up, find out if there's anything wrong with your roof, get some pictures, go over it with you, and see if there's a problem, how bad it is, what they could do, what it'll cost. Or if everything's just fine, they will tell you that too. Boy, it's so nice we don't have to climb trees to look at our hut. Allen Roofing, embracing technology and doing quality roof repair, siding, gutters, everything for the outside of your home. Just ask Gronk. He was one of the first customers. It's Allen Roofing. Find him online at aroofing.net.
I'm Mark Cantor. Here's why you can count on Cantor Injury Law.
My name is Michelle. I'm a litigation paralegal at Cantor Injury Law, and you can count on Cantor because we are smart, honest, and hardworking.
I'm Kevin Glenn, and a partner here at Cantor Injury Law. You can count on Cantor because we make your cause our cause.
No fee if no recovery. Please visit CantorInjuryLaw.com or call us at 314-628-9999.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
When you pay for tree work, you want to be sure you're getting the most for your hard-earned money. That's why you should always use the ISA-certified arborist at River City Tree Service in Baldwin, Missouri. Hi, I'm Steve with River City Tree Service, and we've been the go-to tree service since 2008. Tree removal, tree trimming, storm damage, deadwood removal, stump grinding, and more. Give River City Tree Service a call for all your tree service needs at 314-270-8071. That's 314-270-8071. River City Tree Service.
Every day, you're out there, up before the sun, and pushing forward before the chaos of the day settles in. At Great Southern, we're right there with you because we understand the need for trusted support. Having a team that is seasoned, agile, ready. An award-winning team that knows their customers personally and is behind them at every step. There to assist you, inspire you, and echo your inner dialogue in those quiet moments. Keep going. Whether you're getting ready to meet the day or working on something big, we're your team. Great Southern Bank, understanding what really matters. Member FDIC.
The Frank and Jill Show.
Hey, it's Jill Farmer on the next Frank and Jill Show. As always, we'll be talking about some hot St. Louis topics, a little sports, and we love hearing from you on the text line. Don't miss it.
Frank Cusimano and Jill Farmer, weekdays 10 to noon, right here on KTRS, the talk of St. Louis.
It is 3:26 and time to get a check of traffic with Captain Paul Kopsky.
Heidi, an accident on 270 south at 55 is blocking the two center lanes with a stop and go back up to Gravois. Emergency vehicles are on 70 west at Cypress, and we have a stalled vehicle on the ramp from 64 east to McKnight. From the KTRS Traffic Center, I'm Captain Paul Kopsky on the Big 550 KTRS.
Now the KTRS Radiothon to support the Backstoppers continues on the Big 550 and KTRS.com. This hour of the 6th annual KTRS Radiothon is brought to you by Cutest Funeral Homes, Lauren Risley Real Estate, Lenny Plumbing, Golden Oak Lending, Altair Travel and Cruises, Kirkwood Flores. Thank you for your generous support of the Backstoppers. To make a donation, go to KTRS.com and click on the Backstoppers logo.
And now, here are Heidi Glaus, Josh Gilbert, and Bob Ramsey on KTRS.
Shirka Wilson, like many of us, when she was little, wanted to be just like her mom. Her mom, Sharice Bishop, was an EMT and went into cardiac arrest while performing CPR. Shirka, how old were you at the time?
I was 7 years old.
Oh. Wow. Tell us about your mom.
Well, most people would describe my mom as Sunshine. That was actually her nickname around the firehouse. She was always had a bright smile, always ready to go to work. I remember often, whenever she was going to work, she would always say, "I'll see you later. I got to go save another life." So now every time that I get ready for work, I definitely take that with me.
Yeah, and I know she was an EMT, but she really wanted to be a paramedic, right?
Yes, ma'am. She was a week away from graduating. I recently graduated as a paramedic and got my license to honor her and fill out everything that she had worked so hard for.
I was going to say, you didn't just want to be like your mom. You set a goal to walk in her footsteps. And now you're a paramedic firefighter in the same firehouse that she was working in, right?
Yes, ma'am. I work with some of the same people that she did. and they have truly taken me underneath their wing.
It is a family, and so is Backstoppers. What do you remember about Backstoppers stepping in when you lost your mom?
Well, at the time I was 7, so my granny handled a lot of the conversation with the Backstoppers. As I got older, got into high school, I got into sports. I wanted braces. I wanted all these things, and I remember I would talk to certain representatives that would help me with everything that I needed as far as medical bills, any extracurricular activities, uniform, anything that I needed. They were right there the entire time.
Which is just remarkable because, I mean, your granny, I'm sure, had so many other things to worry about. That's one thing that she didn't. She knew that you were going to be taken care of.
For sure. They were there the entire time, even down to the grieving aspect of me. They made sure I had counselors, that I was able to get any therapy that I needed to overcome this new tragedy. Even now, they help me with my medical expenses, help me through paramedic school. Anything that I need, they were always there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and making those kind of contacts. So many of us, and I'm not taking shots at other industries, but you have a medical issue and you want to go through your insurance company or any kind of a contractor kind of thing. Sometimes it's maddening to try and get a hold of people. The Backstoppers aren't that way.
Not at all. They're always one call, one email away. And if they can't do it right then and there, less than a week, they have answers or they have steps that, that they have to take or that you have to take.
Yeah. And Sherika, now that you're on the other side and you're a paramedic firefighter, does it kind of give you peace of mind that you know that they'll be there for you in that other sense as well?
Absolutely. Every time, I'm sure anybody that works in my field can vouch. We get up every day, we put our uniform on, and it's a selfless thing. We don't think about ourselves, we think about everybody else. So it's good to know that we do have a whole group of people that do think about us and our family because we go and we serve the community every single day without thinking about ourselves.
Yeah, and we are so thankful for you. How's it been with all of this snow and ice? Have you guys been busier than ever?
We have. I don't know if you can tell my voice is a little raspy. I'm just getting over a cold I worked during the snowstorm.
Oh, boy.
And it was absolutely terrible, but everybody was safe. It wasn't too much going on in the city. So it's definitely an experience every winter that I have to work.
Yeah, I bet. Are those things four-wheel drive?
They are, but they still slide. I promise you would think you're in a regular car when you're driving an ambulance in the snow.
That is so crazy. Sherika, what would you say somebody listening if they're like, oh, I've got an extra $20 in my pocket, but do I want to give it to Backstoppers? What would you say?
I always refer back to my story. I was 7 years old. I lost my mom. I didn't know my right from my left. I didn't know anything that was going on. And as I've gotten older and I'm actually in this field, I know as far as funeral expenses, any outstanding balance my mother had at 7 years old, there's nothing I can do about that. And nobody expects to just, up and pass away today or tomorrow. So I would say that they are truly an organization that do exactly what they say that they're going to do with no ifs, ands, or buts about it. They always put their best foot forward, and they truly work hard for every family that they have.
Well, I know your mom made a lasting impression on you and many others, and it seems like you're doing the exact same thing. Sherika, thank you so much for joining us, and keep up the great work out there saving lives day in and day out.
Thank you guys for having me.
Absolutely. If you guys want to make a donation, it's as easy as going to our website, KTRS.com. There's a slider. It says Backstoppers Radiothon. Click on that. Put in the amount that you want to donate, and it's a win-win because I can tell you, you're going to feel absolutely great about it as well because you're doing a really good thing. You just heard it from Sherika.
Wake up, it's a brand new day. Getting your weekday started the St. Louis way. It's the McGraw Show.
Hey, it's Carl the Intern, and Friday on the McGraw Show. Thanks, everyone, for donating to Backstoppers. But we have a regular show on Friday, including Scott Colbert, who's going to tell us about the interest rates. And gold. Gold! Gold!
McGraw Millhaven, Rose Dalton, and Carl the Intern. weekday mornings, 6 to 10.
Right here on your hometown station, the Big 550 KTRS.
Dr. Joseph Molesky here with STL Medical Weight Loss. We're going to be hosting a new weekend show at 10 a.m. on Sunday. I'm so excited. I'm joined with my nurse practitioner, Laura Howard. We're going to get into nitty-gritties of everything, answer all your questions about the weight loss shot, how do GLP-1s actually work, hot topics in the news, the do's and don'ts, microdosing, and beyond weight loss. Tune in Sunday at 10 a.m. We're going to be talking about everything you have questions about, and we're going to make sure you understand how in 2026 you can get right with your health. Right here on the Big 550 KTRS.
Hey, St. Louis, Eddie McVeigh here from Maggie O'Brien's, reminding everyone that I'm looking forward to seeing you at one of our 2 locations. Whether it be for lunch, happy hour, dinner, or late night, Maggie's is the place to be. Don't forget to catch our shuttle to all the major events downtown. And if you need a banquet room, small or large, for that special occasion, please give us a call at Maggie O'Brien's. Maggie O'Brien's 2 locations on South Lindbergh and Sunset Hills and downtown at the corner of Market and 20th Street. Union Station is next to us.
Hi, I'm Mike Vitale from Vitale's Bakery on a Hill. Our family runs a bakery and a retail store started by our parents, Pete and Grace Vitale, in 1976. Vitale's Bakery makes the finest Italian bread and pastries, including our mom's legendary Giugilana seed cookies and her famous meat sauce.
And don't forget our pizza crust.
We also carry customers' favorites like lemon ice. Come taste our Italian heritage today at the corner of Bischoff and Marconi. Vitale's Bakery on a Hill, where you're not a customer, you're family.
Vitale's Bakery proudly supports the Backstoppers.
Now the KTRS Radiothon to support the Backstoppers continues on the Big 550 and KTRS.com. This hour of the 6th annual KTRS Radiothon is brought to you by Cutest Funeral Homes, Lauren Risley Real Estate, Lenny Plumbing, Golden Oak Lending, Altair Travel and Cruises, Kirkwood Flores. Thank you for your generous support of the Backstoppers. To make a donation, go to KTRS.com and click on the Backstoppers logo.
And now, here are Heidi Glaus, Josh Gilbert, and Bob Ramsey on KTRS.
TRU's has been one of the top home builders in the St. Louis, Missouri area, and especially St. Charles, but they do more than build homes. They're a part of our community, and Courtney Charlton is an assistant manager with TRU's. How are you this afternoon?
Good. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah. Who gets to go out and scout, like, what's going to be the next neighborhood?
So we also have a land development division. So we have guys and girls back in that department. We're always looking for good land, and when we find a piece, that's where the new neighborhood will be.
And what do you guys consider? Is it close to like an interstate? Is it just the size of the plot?
So a lot actually goes into it. So water and sewer, if that's available, if it's a good location, highway access, school district. So it really depends on a few certain things.
Courtney, it's interesting. A lot of folks on the news channels talk about the economy and, a shortage of houses and those sort of things. And I got a feeling if they talk to you guys, you'll build as much as you could build, right?
Exactly. We're definitely ready. We have some inventory homes right now, move-in ready, brand new, up to $50,000 off.
Oh, nice.
So if you're in the market, now's the time.
Yeah, and this is brand new homes?
Brand new homes.
Oh, that's so cool.
All right, I got to ask you about where St. Louis is going. St. Louis County, St. Charles County. I had assumed it was west to Wright City, but then someone else told me, hey, Josh, you're forgetting north, like Troy.
Yep. So we actually have a community, Elkhorn Ridge in Truesdale. That's Warren County. Mm-hmm. So it definitely is going west, but north as well. We're all over the place. We have Wentzville, like I said, Truesdale, St. Charles City and County. So we have a bunch of different communities to offer.
And, okay, Courtney, who gets to name what the development's going to be? Is there a department for that? Do you guys all just sit around like at happy hour and say, this has a good ring to it?
Yep, that sounds about right. We all just start throwing out some names, and whatever sticks, whatever we like, that's what we go with.
All right, well, here's my... Oh, I'm sorry, Josh, but...
I was just going to say, I swear I drove through a neighborhood and all the streets were named after Beatles songs.
Oh, my gosh. Yep, so I'm actually one of the main people that name the streets, and it is fun, but it's challenging. So you got to be creative, and if there's a street like it out there, you got to pick something else.
Well, in the future, you've got to go with short street names. for people filling out the envelopes.
Make it easy on everybody.
Maine, oak, pine.
Okay.
Some tells me those have been taken already. Bob.
Yep. I would guarantee it.
Courtney, the homes you guys build are absolutely beautiful, but it's really about community. Why did you guys want to take part in our Radiothon for Backstoppers today?
Yeah, so at TR Hughes, we love giving back to our community and helping those in need, and Backstoppers is one of those organizations that's very special to us. Some people might not know, but Tom was a police officer for 21 years.
I did not.
Yep. So before he started building homes, he was a police officer. So the mission of Backstoppers is very close to our hearts.
Yeah, I guess so.
Is it one of these things that if you build it, they will come? You were talking about land management and finding new places. I was driving, I think, down to Table Rock Lake and noticed that even west and south of the Pacific, there were brand new neighborhoods going up. Is that the case? If you build it, they will come, or you guys really have to know exactly where people want to live?
I think it's a little bit of both. You have to know what people are looking for in a home and location. But yeah, if we build it and people are liking what they see, definitely.
What's one of the things that you guys are putting in homes that people are just going crazy about, and now you end up putting it in every single house?
So we offer 10 and 11-foot ceilings as an option, and that is something that really, once we started offering it, pretty much most people are putting it in their homes.
Yeah, it really does change the feel of your home, and you don't realize it until you're in a house that has taller ceilings.
Oh, yes, it makes a big difference.
Well, Courtney, thank you so much for being one of our sponsors today in our 6th annual Backstoppers Radiothon. If people want to learn more, what's the website?
You can visit trhughes.com. And another way we like to help out our first responders and veterans is we give them a discount to say thank you and to show them our appreciation for what they do.
Oh, that's a great one.
Courtney, do people like 2 stories now, or are ranches back in vogue?
I think it just sort of depends what people are looking for. If you're a growing family, we offer many plans of 1.5 story and 2 stories. But if you're looking to downsize, we're seeing people like to stick with the ranches.
Well, Courtney Charlton, thank you so much. Keep up the great work.
Thank you. I appreciate having me on.
Absolutely. I don't know about you guys, but I love Architectural Digest. I love getting those magazines and looking at what is kind of in the design or what is kind of a new feature in a house. And of course, you can just go to St. Louis County Library and check those out instead of paying, what are magazines these days? $12? Depending on what kind of magazine you have. St. Louis County Library offers something for everyone. It's not just books and magazines or, movies or books on tape. You can actually borrow a telescope or a fishing pole. Of course, not now, probably, unless you want to do a little ice fishing. But St. Louis County Library even has the Library of Things. They have the Emerson History and Genealogy Center, so you can dig into your own history. Or if you're sitting around the house and you notice that big box of VHS home tapes, and it's collected all that dust, and you're wondering what exactly is on there, they can actually help you digitize those old VHS tapes into digital files. How much fun is that? Or maybe you have a teenager who's super creative, but you don't have the money to go and buy all of the computer software so that they can make the videos that they want. They have the Teen Creative Lab at the Clark Family Branch, and all of that stuff is there. You just got to go. That's it. You can learn more about everything the St. Louis County Library offers. Just go to slcl.org.
This is Mariah, 3rd generation at Newsteaders Fine Jewelry. Buying an engagement ring can be intimidating. At Newsteaders, we ensure complete understanding of your purchase. We offer a choice in both lab and mine-grown diamonds and are able to work with any budget. Let our family help educate you on your choice at Big Ben and Doherty Ferry or at wowdiamonds.com.
Rediscover the timeless classic of The Wizard of Oz as your St. Louis Symphony Orchestra performs the iconic score live with the 1939 film on the big screen. Join Dorothy and her friends as she follows the yellow brick road to Oz and faces the Wicked Witch of the West. Don't miss this truly Technicolor event, January 30th through February 1st at Powell Hall at the Jack C. Taylor Music Center. Tickets at slso.org.
For your big game party, a better pop in to Total Wine and More for a guaranteed win. We've got thousands of bottles down every aisle, and prices so low they're gonna make you smile. Ask our helpful guides for a recommendation to add some spirits and wine to your beverage station. Discover something new and let the fun begin. Come on down to Total Wine and More for a guaranteed win.
Drink responsibly, B21. You still thinking job change in the new year?
Yeah, I need something that's in high demand and more stable in this economy.
IT?
Yeah, cybersecurity, maybe even AI.
That's what I did.
Really? How?
Went to My Computer Career. You don't need any prior experience, and you could start your new career in a matter of months. A lot of IT pros go to school there, too, to level up.
Sweet. Are classes online or on campus?
Both.
Wow, I'll check it out. Thanks.
Make this your year. Take the free career evaluation now at mycomputercareer.edu, an Elite CompTIA certification partner.
Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
File your taxes for free with TurboTax on Intuit Credit Karma. Just file on your own in the Credit Karma app by February 28th. Valid for those who didn't file with TurboTax last year.
Now the KTRS Radiothon to support the Backstoppers continues on the Big 550 and KTRS.com. This hour of the 6th annual KTRS Radiothon is brought to you by Cutest Funeral Homes, Lauren Risley Real Estate, Lenny Plumbing, Golden Oak Lending, Altair Travel and Cruises, Kirkwood Flores. Thank you for your generous support of the Backstoppers. To make a donation, go to KTRS.com and click on the Backstoppers logo.
And now, here are Heidi Glaus, Josh Gilbert, and Bob Ramsey on KTRS.
Well, we jumped into our Backstoppers Radiothon. This is the 6th annual, by the way. But I didn't mention that I went to see Hell's Kitchen last night at the Fox, and it was fantastic.
So you had high hopes.
Mm-hmm.
Did it exceed?
It was great. You know what I was surprised by? And I consider myself to be an Alicia Keys fan.
Yeah.
I forgot how many great songs
and
she
you forget
has.
how long she's been at it.
Oh, my
gosh.
gosh.
That's the thing.
Yeah. And it was just a fantastic story. It's a coming-of-age story, which was great because I was there with my 17-year-old niece, and the main character is 17. So it gave us, a little time there. But tomorrow, we are going to have one of the stars of the show come in, and she plays Allie, who is kind of the lead character, one of her friends. But then she's also the understudy for the main character. So we will talk to Marley Soleil tomorrow, and I can't wait for that interview because I have so many questions. Because there's a couple things that they do. Like, of course, there's a piano center stage, and I want to know, is it like School of Rock? Are they actually playing that piano?
Oh, yeah.
Do they teach them exactly where their hands need to go? Because it looks like they're playing.
So you were there. Could you tell? Is there an orchestra pit?
There is. There's a band, and at the very end, when we're doing the kind of standing ovations and everybody's taking their bows, they put each band member up on a big screen so you can kind of see them.
So they're behind the scenes.
They're behind the scenes, which is so cool. Well, as I mentioned, today is our 6th annual Backstoppers Radiothon, and it's something we absolutely could not do without our many wonderful sponsors, one of those being Cutest Funeral Homes. And Greg Umfleet is a funeral director there. Greg, you've really seen the work of Backstoppers up close.
Oh, we absolutely do. Mr. Cutest is very involved with the community, and Backstoppers is one of the organizations that he's really involved with, and it's close to his heart there.
Yeah, and that's always one of those things when I'm there paying my respects. All the trophies, all of the, softball and baseball and t-ball, and all those teams you guys have supported throughout the years. Have you ever done a count? Do you have any idea how many teams you guys have sponsored?
Oh, I wouldn't be able to guess. That's something that they started like in the 40s or 50s, and they continue on today. And I personally, I sit out in the lobby all the time, and I watch people come in and look at those. And the best I love to see the grandparents telling the grandkids and their kids, this is my trophy or that's my picture, what have you. That's so fun to see.
Yeah, it really is. And to that point, giving back to the community has been at the center of what you guys do at Cutest from the beginning. Can you share a story of why that is?
It's just, it's Cudis is and has always been part of the community, and you can't be part of any community if you're not willing to give back to the community. And like I mentioned, it's been years and years that they started the sponsorships with the baseball and the soccer teams, and I would say that yes, some of that back then was probably a good form of advertisement. It got your name on people's jerseys and that, but I personally know folks that said that when their kids played, they would mention they didn't maybe have money for the cleats and what have you, and even Mr. Cudis went above and beyond and would buy stuff like that for the kids.
That's
so
fantastic.
It's just, you can't be part of a community if you're not really part of a community.
So, Greg, because of what you guys do and providing comfort for families who are in the ultimate stressful situations, it seems like a natural to have that relationship with Backstoppers.
Absolutely, and I know it goes all the way to there was a young lady that works here, and her husband was killed in the line of duty in the 80s, and she personally, after that, she was younger, and she's since just retired, like very recently retired, but didn't have anything to do, and she was a homemaker. But Mr. Cudis, he went as far as made up a job for her here, and she worked here 30-something years.
Wow.
But it's not just that Backstoppers; it's the people that are involved in the Backstoppers that he's always willing and wanting to help.
Greg, when we go to funerals, it's always so hard. You never know what to say to the family members. You don't know if you should say something or if you should just be there and support and everything. It's just so very awkward. It's a terrible situation. And you put yourself in that, a dozen times a day, every day of the year.
I just had a guy last week. I said, sorry for your loss. And the guy looked at me. He just said, how many times a day do you say that to people?
Oh, my gosh.
And I said, sir, that's the thing, is I don't know what else to say to you, and I really am. This is a business, and it's how we make our money, but it's not something that people, I think all the guys here, we don't enjoy that we do this for a living. It's, but someone has to do this for a living.
Well, but you're also there to comfort. And Greg, I think your story is very interesting. You've been there for quite a while, held many jobs. But is it true you started by washing cars?
Washing the cars, and then, parlor A, parlor B, maybe going on, pickups if someone would pass away at a home, nursing home, or a hospital, I would do that. And just worked my way up to, being one of the funeral directors here.
Yeah, that's incredible.
I have people that call in on the yard sale on the weekends, and there's a guy looking for a hearse. And I said, why do you want this? He said, I've owned a dozen hearses in my entire lifetime. They drive like a dream. And I thought, well, that's one of the weirdest things I've ever heard. But I got to imagine your last ride is better be a good one.
Yeah, you want it to be a good one, and I'll tell you, if I get people once in a while, they'll want to, and not the hearses, but they'd rather rent the limousines, and I always say a good time to rent those is maybe like if you want to go out and look at Christmas lights or a wedding. Nobody wants to rent the limousine for a funeral, but it's always better to rent them for a good occasion, a fun occasion.
Yeah. Do you guys actually rent them?
We do like if we have auctions or something with different schools, we'll include it in something like that where we'll pick someone up and maybe take them out to a dinner and a ball game or something like that.
Just once again doing something good for the community. How many locations do you guys have now?
There's 3 locations. There's the original at Gravelly and Arsenal, right there close to downtown, and the one here this is the one in Afton. I always say close to Grant's Farm, and there's the one on Lemay Ferry right there at Butler Hill. And obviously, Cudis is still a family-owned business.
Yeah. One last thing for me, Greg, is I think it's amazing what you guys do, and Heidi touched on it, talking about giving comfort to families, but how many years does it take to read the grief process for a given family? Some people I know are rolling in the aisles, boo-hooing, understandable. Other people are holding it in, but when's that dam going to break? And doing all that, you have to be a little bit of a psychologist, don't you?
You do, and there's no timeline on any of that.
Yeah.
So There's nothing that I would say, oh, this is going to be, you'll be better in a week or two. And the best I ever heard was a old funeral director that was up in North County area. A lady called him one day and said, John, when I was leaving the funeral home yesterday, there were some guys out on the parking lot drinking a beer, and he said to her, Mrs. Smith, I get you're with the Baptist church down the road, and you guys, you would frown upon that. But he said, you have to understand, everybody grieves in a different way, and everybody takes as much time or as little time as they're going to need. He said, but it's not up to us here to judge how they do it.
Yeah, good
very
point.
true. This might be a dumb question, but is there ever a slow time in the funeral business?
No such thing as a dumb question, and that's one of those I could tell you,
maybe
this year it could have been December, but then next year it could be. There's really no set slow time, no. And with us, it just seems like our business is growing because I said that we're still one of the family-owned business. There's like 6 of us left, so we're seeing what's happening with all these other places selling out and becoming part of those corporations. It's just driving more and more people to come to Cutis, and I want people to know we're here for them.
Yeah, and again, family-owned, family-operated. That's the way it's always been. Greg Umfleet, thank you so much for joining us, and thank you for sponsoring our 6th annual Backstoppers Radiothon. We really do appreciate it.
You're welcome, and thank you guys for making people aware of Backstoppers.
Absolutely.
Back in the days when I was young, I'm not a kid anymore. But some days I sit and wish I was a kid again.
Well, Heidi and Bob, back in the day on this date, January 29th, 1845.
Where we, was it still Texas, Republic of Texas, or they joined the Union? Is that where you're going?
Edgar Allan Poe's classic poem, The Raven, was first published. I don't have Texas in here.
No, I just wondered if that's where you were going. I'm trying to think of the dates and what might be going. But The Raven was published.
Quote, The Raven, nevermore.
I played a raven in college once in the only play that I was in.
How'd you do?
I thought I was stellar. I have a great raven call that I still do to this day.
Go ahead.
Oh,
yeah.
Let's hear it.
Ah! Ah!
It's all right.
All right. I think that should be the new Battlehawks.
Thank you.
That's fine.
No, Battlehawks. We need to record that and send that.
Thank you.
To Brian Stolen. Make that the marketing thing. I like it.
That's more of a
crow.
Yeah, crow.
Crows and ravens are the same thing.
No.
Whatever.
Close. Cousins.
Bob, do you want to give it a try? Third time's a charm.
No.
1936. This one's for you, Bob. The first 5 players were elected to the Baseball Hall of Fame. And no, it was not Bill Belichick.
Oh, you cut my line off.
Oh, I did. Who were the first 5 players elected? Baseball Hall of Fame.
Walter Johnson, Ty Cobb, Honus Wagner.
Dang.
2 more.
Cy Young. No, not Cy Young. Bambino.
The Bambino. 1 more.
What position?
Girl's name.
Heidi.
No.
Give me something.
Christy
Mathewson.
Wow.
How about that?
4.
Ty Cobb, overwhelming, got the most votes. 1959, Walt Disney's Sleeping Beauty premiered in L.A. 1995, the Niners beat the Chargers. I remember I was watching it in Mike Jett's basement, 1995.
How's Mike doing?
He's great. I just saw him at a celebration of life.
How about that?
Speaking of which, the 49ers were the first team to ever win 5 Super Bowls. They have since lost that record to the Steelers and the Patriots, who have each won 6 Super Bowls.
All right.
The Cowboys also have 5 Super Bowl wins, and the Giants, Packers, and Chiefs have 4.
The Niners then were unbelievable.
Yeah. It was really fun.
The Niners now are pretty unbelievable. They just can't, win an NFC championship or a Super Bowl.
But they don't have arguably the best receiver and arguably the best quarterback of all time.
That was a whole different era.
Yeah.
If you're looking for something to do this weekend, the St. Louis RV Travel Show is going on. And this is one, even when we're not in the market, we always go just see the latest and greatest.
Where is it?
It's at America Center in the Convention Plaza there. And I can promise you, Byerly RV will be there. That's where you can actually go into every single RV and you don't have to worry about the weather. It doesn't matter rain or shine, sleet or snow. You get into that comfy little America Center. There's carpet, but they have all kinds of things there. But Byerly RV, they will bring in a ton of their RVs. They'll have travel trailers, they'll have fifth wheels, they'll have motorhomes. And I'm telling you, this is the time to just go check them out because it is so cool. But then Byerly also brings like all of their store. I'm talking all the little gadgets.
Really?
Maybe you're looking for RV toilet paper. You're out. They have all of that. And the gadgets, too, are constantly changing. And there's so many things that you think, what is that? And then you're like, oh, wait, I think I need that. Yeah. But Byerly RV, I'm going to say they take up the most space there. They really do a fantastic job. They kind of build their own store inside America Center so you can see it all. And here's what's cool. They have RV show prices. So this weekend, head to Byerly RV there at America Center for the RV show. Of course, you could always go by and check them out in Eureka or do a little shopping online, ByerlyRV.com.
This is the Big 550.
The Big 550.
KTRS St. Louis.
From ABC News, I'm Michelle Franson. In Georgia, the most court-contested county in the 2020 presidential election due to President Trump's claims of voter fraud is once again facing scrutiny. Fulton County election officials are vowing a legal battle after the FBI carried out a warrant yesterday at the Fulton County Election Hub and Operations Center. And now new details emerging that the National Intelligence Director was also on scene.
The letter from the top Democrats on the House and Senate Intelligence Committees to the Director of National Intelligence says it's deeply concerning that Tulsi Gabbard took part in a domestic law enforcement action. The ranking members say Gabbard should be focused on foreign threats. They're now calling on the DNI to appear before their committees to explain why she was on hand for the FBI search, what legal authorities she relied on, and whether she has any new information to share about foreign interference in the 2020 election.
ABC's Stephen Portnoy. Today, President Trump's border czar, Tom Homan, now in charge of federal operations in Minnesota, says agents will carry out targeted enforcement, but says a drawdown is coming. New video has also emerged showing a man who appears to be Alex Preddy 11 days before he was shot and killed by an agent, shouting at agents blocking a road. Here's ABC's Matt Rivers.
In this video, you see Preddy scuffling with federal agents. You see as a federal vehicle is driving away, you actually see someone who looks like Preddy walks up to the back of the car, kicks the taillight, and actually the taillight falls off of the car.
Democratic lawmakers, along with 7 Republicans, earlier today blocked a funding package to avert a government shutdown at midnight as they demand changes to ICE operations. President Trump says he's looking for a bipartisan solution to avoid another shutdown. An Arctic blast continues to bring extreme cold to the U.S. Parts of the South still locked in a deep freeze after the weekend snow and ice storm. At least 85 deaths are now blamed on that massive storm. You're listening to ABC News.
If you're tired of hearing scary ads about the IRS, Tax Relief Advocates wants you to know you don't have to be afraid. No matter what challenging life situation you're facing while owing 10 or even hundreds of thousands in back taxes to the IRS, we have a solution. TRA has already negotiated over $1.5 billion in taxes owed by over 180,000 struggling taxpayers since 2017, earning over 1,000 5-star Google reviews and an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. Generous tax debt forgiveness programs are currently available that can end your tax nightmare and may reduce or eliminate what you owe the IRS. If you're facing collections or an audit, don't lose hope. Act now to check what tax relief you may qualify for. Simply visit TRA.com or call 800-583-5177. 800-583-5177. Again, that's 800-583-5177. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
26 degrees at 4:03 with KTRS News. I'm Steve Potter. Today, former Illinois Sheriff's Deputy Sean Grayson was sentenced to 20 years in prison for the shooting of Sonia Massey. He was responding to a 911 call that she made about a possible prowler at her Springfield home. St. Louis city officials are giving positive feedback about how the city dealt with the recent snowstorm as far as providing essential services and clearing streets. Streets Director James Johnson told First Alert 4 that 450 miles of snow routes in the city were cleared within 48 hours. And Dr. Adam Pearson, who runs the Department of Human Services, reported that everyone who requested transportation to a shelter was taken care of.
So I think for us, one thing that has been working pretty well is the fact that we maintain this open, ongoing communication to get as many people into beds as possible as we can each night to save lives.
Afternoon highs tomorrow and on Saturday will only be in the upper teens. We'll have a look at our forecast coming up. A homeowners association cannot ban Missouri residents from installing solar panels on their homes. That's according to a Missouri Supreme Court ruling which settled a multi-year dispute that originated near Springfield. A Metro East man is facing a federal charge for threatening to kill federal agents working for Immigration and Customs Enforcement in Minneapolis. 67-year-old Jeffrey Mullenix of Troy is accused of posting a threatening comment on a YouTube video January 21st, where he allegedly stated that he was on his way to Minneapolis with weapons, he had prior military experience, and would, quote, knock at least 50 of the law enforcement agents out. University City High School has launched its Future Farmers of America chapter, the first of its kind in St. Louis County. School leaders say this milestone reflects the district's growing commitment to agricultural education that brings sustainability and hands-on learning to an urban setting. And a celebration of a legendary highway is coming to St. Louis.
Route 66 is one of America's first commissioned highways, also known as the Mother Road, is celebrating its 100th anniversary this year. The original Route 66 connected Chicago to Los Angeles, stretching more than 2,500 miles across 8 states, including a key stretch through St. Louis. To celebrate its lasting legacy, Route 66 centennial events are planned all across the nation, with many events scheduled right here in St. Louis. The party starts next Sunday, February 8th, at the Kirkwood Performing Arts Center with a screening of a Route 66 documentary and a conversation with the director, Andrew Wanko. The Missouri History Museum hosts the Route 66 100th Anniversary Festival. That's April 30th through May 5th. The Route 66 Cars and Guitar Festival is in downtown Kirkwood on June 6th. And the St. Louis Symphony Orchestra features the sounds of Route 66 on May 30th. So many Route 66 celebrations right here in America's gateway to the West, St. Louis. I'm Sobe Bay, KTRS News.
This KTRS Business Minute is brought to you by Walter Knoll Florist, the place for all your floral needs. Place your order anytime at WKF.com. Illinois-based John Deere is bringing back nearly 100 workers to 2 facilities in eastern Iowa. 75 employees will return due to increased production demand and other ongoing factory needs. The employees will start work next month. Now a look at the markets, brought to you by JBL Financial. Tune into Straight Talk on Retirement Saturday mornings from 9 to 11. At close, the Dow up 55 points at 49,071, NASDAQ down 172 at 23,685, and the S&P 500 down 9 at 6,968. Now let's check in with Paul for KTRS Sports and Traffic.
Steve, the Blues try to snap a 5-game losing streak tonight when they host the visiting Florida Panthers at Enterprise. The Note come into the game with some walking wounded as both Jordan Kyrou and Jake Neighbors have injuries suffered Tuesday against Dallas. And Mizzou football has officially added 6 assistant coaches to the staff for 2026. The new additions include quarterbacks coach Garrett Riley and special teams coordinator John Papuchis. I'm Paul Kopsky from the Royal Banks of Missouri Sports Desk, and now on to traffic. The latest is a crash on 270 north before Dorset, blocking the 2 left lanes and causing a stop and go back up to Page. Estimated clearance time is 4:45. An accident on 70 east past Hanley has traffic jammed back to Natural Bridge. The estimated clearance time there is 4:35. And a crash on 270 south before 55 has been cleared, but there's residual congestion all the way back to Big Bend. From the KTRS Traffic Center, I'm Captain Paul Kopsky on the Big 550 KTRS.
Our forecast is calling for a chance for some light snow today, mainly between 5 and 10 p.m. No significant accumulation expected. An overnight low tonight around 6 degrees. Mostly sunny Friday and Saturday with highs both days only in the upper teens. Right now at 4:08, cloudy, 26 degrees at the Gold Tower at Westport. Steve Potter, KTRS News, the talk of St. Louis.
Hey, it's Jill Farmer for Premier Heating and Cooling. When winter hits St. Louis, your furnace doesn't get a day off. And if yours is older, it may be running nonstop and still not keeping you comfortable. Winter has a way of exposing weak links. You're probably paying more and getting less. Or if your home never quite feels warm enough in the winter, your furnace may be telling you something else, especially if it's been around for a while. That's why I want you to call Premier Heating and Cooling. Their technicians go through 5 years of training beyond industry standards. It's Premier standards. Heating your home shouldn't feel like a struggle. Older furnaces work harder and use more energy. If you want lower energy bills and better heat, it's just all around smarter to consider a new furnace. And yes, Premier offers financing, which makes upgrading a whole lot easier. So whether you need a tune-up or you're ready for something new, make your winter a lot more comfortable for your home or your business. Call 636-916-1122. PremierHeatingCooling.net. Comfort you can count on.
This is the KTRS Radiothon to support Backstoppers on the Big 550 and KTRS.com. This hour of the 6th annual KTRS Radiothon is brought to you by Joseph Shearer, licensed financial advisor with W. Schwartz & Co., Royal Banks of Missouri, Vitali's Bakery, Altair Travel and Cruises. Your donations benefit the Backstoppers. Remember to donate, go to KTRS.com and click on the Backstoppers logo.
And now, here are Heidi Glaus, Josh Gilbert, and Bob Ramsey on KTRS.
Our headlines for this Thursday afternoon, January 29th. Can you believe we're almost at the end of January? I feel like this month flew. Lambert International Airport launches new e-gates for faster travel. The airport is set to introduce new e-gates in an effort to enhance the airport experience for travelers. The airport's new e-gates are designed to make the travel experience faster by adding automated security checkpoints. Under the new e-gates, travelers with Clear Plus membership will be able to verify their identity in under 5 seconds, bypassing the TSA podium and proceeding directly to physical screening. The new rollout comes after successful launches at more than 30 airports across the country, and that includes Atlanta and New York. So it's worked there. Surely it will work here.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to look into that and see.
We
see
had
what
Clear
we think.
for a second, and I did like it.
Did you?
Yeah.
I keep, because it's right by the pre-check line, and you look at it, and they're going through. It's kind of expensive, but if you fly a lot, it's probably worth it.
Yeah, I would
for
agree.
Peace of mind.
Is it that much quicker than the pre-check?
Sometimes it's much faster.
Yeah.
I have been to the new LaGuardia, and the pre-check line was longer than the regular security line.
Now, it still moves faster, but it's a long line because people got on board. I haven't done it this year, but we'll see what it's like for next year that I may jump to Clear. So, two quickies. We were talking health with Dr. Johar yesterday. In developing immunity to allergens, a little dirty, quotes, goes a long way. Conventional wisdom has held for some time that children who grow up in environments rich with biodiversity, farms, homes with pets, rural settings in general, are less likely to have allergies. And I want to go, duh. George Carlin used to do a bit about how his generation never got sick in New York City. They swam in the East River.
Yeah.
And
Well,
so,
now a lot of parents will give their, toddler or, I don't know what age it is, so I don't want to say, but like peanut butter to make sure, because all of the peanut allergies. And they say when you introduce a child to it, they're less likely to, have the allergy.
Yale researchers think they found an answer. It turns out that exposure to diverse microbes and proteins, peanut butter, early in life creates broad immune memory and a specific antibody that helps block allergic reactions later in life. So there appears there may be hope for folks in that regard.
That's
and
good.
And the other one, though, is interesting. We were talking about colon cancer yesterday, but heart attacks in men in their 30s, and there's a study going on trying to find biomarkers why it's more prevalent in men
Than
in
women.
their 30s than women. So those studies are going on, and there's hope that they can find some answers to that.
Yeah.
I have long suffered from allergies, and I just went in. Seasonal. Well, I'm allergic to dust, so that's not seasonal.
No.
That's
Not at
everywhere.
our house.
That's everywhere you go.
Yeah.
Allergic to feather pillows, which I knew there was a reason I didn't like feather
I
pillows.
love my feather pillow.
I hate when you go in and both sides come up and start suffocating.
No, then you just fold it and it's perfect.
Oh, and then the little quills poke through and poke you right in the face. But I started seeing an allergist, and then I got a really big bill. So I got to call my insurance company and
Did
say,
you think it was going to be free?
No, but I wasn't expecting it to be $900.
Oh, my God.
I got to
Didn't
find
you tell
out.
them you were a big shot?
I don't know.
Did you ask prior to what your copay was?
I did not, Heidi.
Was this just recently?
Yes.
It's the new year.
Yeah.
I wonder.
No, it's your copay.
I wonder what's going on.
We just did the same thing because Marsha's getting a second opinion on something, and the copay is way more than it was at the end.
Maybe this doctor's out of network. I don't know.
Josh went to ask for a second opinion. The doc said, you're ugly, too.
All right. Well, just give me the shot, doc. See if I pay my bill. Steve Powder mentioned.
Pay it?
I'm going to pay it. I'm just going to talk to the insurance companies and see if we can't
push it off as long as you can.
Or wiggle it down a little bit. Homeowners Association cannot bar residents from installing rooftop solar panels under a new Missouri Supreme Court decision that renewable energy advocates hail as a major win for both solar power and individual property rights. Now, I'm going to take the whole green thing out of it. It is your property, and when the HOA comes in and starts butting their nose in, I bet that's a fight that I'm not interested in having. But the unanimous decision settled a multi-year dispute that originated in a subdivision near Springfield, Missouri. Solar energy has long been recognized as a property right in this state.
Oh.
They say long, but 2022, the Missouri legislature passed a law that blocked any HOA rules from limiting or prohibiting the installation of solar panels. Now, there's a house on my way to the grocery store that if you look in their backyard, it's just wall-to-wall solar panels. And
On the roof or in the yard?
In the yard, in the backyard.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like questioning how they even mow underneath it. It is ugly as all get out. But I'm not going to knock on their door and tell them they can't have it because I think it's ugly.
Let's find a guest sometime who's objective. And I keep hearing things that the solar panels aren't as efficient as you'd hoped.
Oh, yeah, we could do solar all day long.
I have a couple of friends that have them, and they do.
They do like
them. Yeah, and it's interesting that you were saying that. Even Lafayette Square, which is, historic district, and you have to approve everything, there are a couple of houses with solar panels on the roof.
So listen to this. Part of the law that the Missouri Supreme Court said upheld this decision that HOAs could adopt reasonable rules about the placement of solar panels. However, they cannot restrict them in any way that would adversely affect their cost or efficiency. So if it's the best place to put it is on the front of your house, and that's the cheapest place to put it,
you're good.
That's where it's
According
going.
to the law.
According to the law.
Yeah, good.
I thought you were going to say, let's get somebody to talk about HOAs, because everybody hates those things.
I'm having an issue currently, but
Are you? See, I'm torn on this because
but you can't have people, as much as we love your RV, you wouldn't want to park it in your front yard.
No,
right?
that's what I'm saying. So you want to have rules as far as that goes. I think the problem becomes when you get somebody who's never been in charge of anything and they really want to wield their power.
Yeah.
That's kind of the problem. But I do think that there should be certain things in place. I mean, your house is your biggest, investment. You don't want to live right beside somebody who isn't taking care of things or isn't abiding by the rules.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's their house.
Yeah, but it's your neighborhood. So that's why there are HOAs. That's what I'm saying. That's why I like them.
Yeah.
With restrictions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't want a subdivision king coming in quartering in your house.
Unless it's me.
Well, and I will say this, there are certain people. We had a woman down at the Lake of the Ozarks who was kind of the board president of the condo association. And I mean, you weren't supposed to put full boxes in to the trash can. And if you did, she would come knocking on that door.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, honestly, you don't want to be that person, but it is also kind of nice to have the enforcer to make sure those other people are doing it. So I think it goes both ways. Somebody's got to take care of it.
We've got one of those ladies down in Gulf Shores at our condo down there.
Hi, Josh. When were you going to clean up, fix, etc.?
I'm on good terms with her, but there's a lot of people in the unit that aren't.
Yikes.
Mm.
Some of my fondest memories as a kid is heading down to the hardware store. You had to pick up a couple of nails, a couple of screws, maybe a gallon of paint, whatever it may be, right? It was your friendly neighborhood hardware store. Well, those don't exist anymore in St. Louis, except for Schnarr's Hardware. They have 2 locations in Webster Groves and in Clayton Road in Ladue. Schnarr's Hardware is that place where you go in and you can get that bucket of paint, you can get a couple screws. The advice is always free. And the one thing about Schnarr's Hardware that every single family hardware store used to have, and that is the smell. It smells like a hardware store. It's got the selection. I don't know how they do it. It's a small store, but they got everything you ever need. They got the paint. They got paint matching. They've got big green eggs. They've got screws and nails and everything a hardware store should have. Schnarr's Hardware, 2 locations, 1 great hardware store. Schnarr's Hardware, we'll see you there.
John Beal Roofing has been proudly serving homeowners and businesses in the St. Louis metro area on both sides of the river in Missouri and Illinois for over 3 generations. A dependable roof begins with a team you can count on, and that's exactly what you get with John Beal Roofing. Recognized as one of Roofing Contractor Magazine's top 100 roofing companies, John Beal Roofing offers 24/7 emergency service and industry-leading warranties, including a lifetime workmanship warranty for total peace of mind. From upgrading an aging roof or completing a full replacement, the team at John Beal Roofing delivers solutions that are built to code, built to last, and handled with expert care. John Beal also responds quickly with reliable storm damage services backed by decades of experience and 24/7 emergency support. Get started today for expert service and a free, no-obligation estimate by calling 1-800-NEW-ROOF. That's 1-800-NEW-ROOF.
You've had all these great ideas about what to do with your outside space. Now's the time to take the next step and call Outdoor Living, because Pat Leahy and the gang at Outdoor Living have built a showroom, which is a great resource for you. You can go in and see all the products they have, the composite decking, the metal framing. You see, at Outdoor Living, what they pride themselves on is building it right the first time and never having to worry about it again. So they build it. You can enjoy it for the rest of your life. Outdoor Living, their showroom on Big Bend and I-44 in Kirkwood, is a great resource for you. You can go and see all the different ways and all the different things they can do. Then they'll come out, they'll do a site visit, and in just a few short weeks, you will have the dream deck, fence, gazebo, pergola, whatever it may be. Outdoor Living, right there in Big Bend and I-44 in Kirkwood. 314-966-3325 or OutdoorLivingInc.com. Check out the showroom and take that next step. You'll love it. Outdoor Living or OutdoorLivingInc.com.
Watch your favorite team, eat your favorite food. It's the Village Bar. You've heard about the world-famous cheeseburger. Stop by and check it out. Even better, bring your friends on your way to the game, after the game, or just watching the game. Food, sports, and a cold beer. We'll see you at the Village Bar.
This is the KTRS Radiothon to support Backstoppers on the Big 550 and KTRS.com. This hour of the 6th annual KTRS Radiothon is brought to you by Joseph Shearer, licensed financial advisor with W. Schwartz & Co., Royal Banks of Missouri, Vitali's Bakery, Altair Travel and Cruises. Your donations benefit the Backstoppers. Remember to donate. Go to KTRS.com and click on the Backstoppers logo.
And now, here are Heidi Glaus, Josh Gilbert, and Bob Ramsey on KTRS.
Well, as we've been saying all day, we couldn't do this Backstoppers Radiothon without you guys, and you can donate at KTRS.com, or our sponsors. And one of our sponsors is Joseph Shear. He's a licensed financial advisor with W. Swartz and Company. It's great to see you. Thanks for coming in.
Well, thank you so much, Heidi. I really appreciate you having me here, and it's a real honor to be a sponsor for such a great cause as Backstoppers.
And you are St. Louisan, born and bred. We were kind of quizzing you in the commercial.
Born and raised. Yeah, you even asked me where I went to high school.
Of
so
course.
This is perfect.
We got that one out. So go ahead and share with people where you grew up in high school.
The St. Louis Priory.
Yeah.
Born, raised out South County, and so oldest of 4 boys.
Really?
So, yeah, you could say it was a competitive household, to say the least.
I was going to say, did you come out on top since you're the oldest one?
Well, I did my best for as long as I could take it, but my mother was a saint.
I
My father
bet.
kind of kept us in line, kind of got us focused on the school and the sports, and that's why I was able to go to Priory, then play Ivy League football at the University of Pennsylvania and graduate.
Fantastic!
That's fantastic.
What position?
Linebacker. So
Really?
I
that is cool.
Slimmed down a little bit
Have
from
you?
then, but
Oh, that's
fantastic.
impressive.
Yep.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about your company and what exactly you do.
So I've been in the investment business for about 16 years now, and really started my career out with like the big banks. So I was working at J.P. Morgan and Citibank out in New York, and I worked really hard to get my certified financial analyst designation, which is really important when it comes to managing portfolios. And I really enjoyed that, and that's really where I gained most of my knowledge. But after doing that for quite some time, I really wanted to kind of find a way to bring more access to people and kind of bring more flexibility to my business. And I decided about 6 years ago to come back to St. Louis and bring it to my hometown.
I love that.
Yeah, and so
Is now a good time to invest? I mean, and what should be people should be investing in?
Well, I think that's a really good question, and I think it's a really tough question for your everyday investor, just because stock market's at all-time highs.
Yeah,
and it may look expensive, especially to historical rates. The interest rates are kind of flat, from 1 year to 30 years, and gold and silver have gone up almost double. People think they're late to the party, but believe it or not, that's what people were saying a year ago.
Right.
So if you would have thought the same thing a year ago, and you wouldn't have done anything, you would have missed out on 17.5% last year on the S&P. Bonds were up 7%. Gold and silver doubled. And so I think the real question is, what do you do? It's you come up with a plan that you invest for your goals, and you kind of ignore what the market's doing, and you say, what's the least amount of risk I can take to achieve my individual goal? You kind of ignore the noise of the outside market.
Does it make you nervous when you are, I don't want to say playing with, but you have other people's money?
So, but believe it or not, it actually makes me feel really good. The number one value add that a financial advisor gives to their clients, believe it or not, over time, is holding their hand and keeping them calm in the rough times. They actually did a study, and it showed that it's not that a financial advisor can beat the market, it can do better than the S&P. It's that the people that didn't have a financial advisor did half as good as the market. So if the market was returning 9%, these people without a financial advisor were getting 4%. Like Fidelity pulled their accounts, and these people without any guidance didn't know when to take their money out, put it in, and so it is just as easy as leaving your money in. It's just not that easy.
Yeah.
So you've been doing this for a while. You just mentioned holding people's hands. What did you do on, March 20th of 2020, as soon as COVID became a thing and the market dropped, 12,000 points in the span of 2 days? Because we all know what happened afterwards. Now it's...
Our Father?
Well... now it's doubled since then.
That's a fantastic question. And what it is I barely got any calls from my clients that day because all of my clients were already positioned appropriately in their portfolios. The accounts that were for long-term growth, right, that didn't need to be accessed for 10 years, they said, hey, we don't need to access this money for 10 years. We're not worried that it's gone down now. The money that needed to be accessed or needed to be paid to them, like for their retirement checks, that money was stable. It was going to be coming to them no matter what. And so really any adjustments that we made actually allowed us to even maybe take a little even more risk, put a little maybe cash that was in something a little more stable into the market to take advantage of those, higher returns. So it really, if as an advisor, if you're set up from the to get-go to have the appropriate risk level, you can take advantage of those downfalls. And so, that's how we do it.
It's what you do. We're talking to Joseph Shearer, who's a licensed financial advisor with W. Swartz & Company. If somebody's listening right now and they're like, I need to get a hold of this guy, how do they contact you?
Well, if you got a pen and a piece of paper, you can write down my phone number here. I could give it to you real quick, and you can reach me directly. I do have a team of assistants that helps out, but you'll work with me directly. My phone number is 314-518-4725. That's 314-518-4725. And my email address is jshear. That's my first name, my first initial J, and then last name Shear, SCHERER, at WSwartz.com, WSWARTZ.com.
Got it. Do you have a personal connection with Backstoppers, or you just wanted to kind of support the community today?
Well, first and foremost, I think it's a fantastic organization. I think they do something really important supporting the families of our fallen heroes. But I've actually been attending Guns N' Hoses for probably the last 30 years now.
It's a great event, isn't it?
I think probably since I was 8. And over the last 12, I've actually been involved in volunteering, making sure the events go smoothly in various positions. So
wow.
That's
awesome. That's very. So do you root for one or the other?
I'm agnostic. I like both. You know what I mean?
No, you have to take a position.
So for those who don't know, Penn is right in the heart of Philadelphia.
That's right.
You went to school and played football there. What is your favorite cheesesteak?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Geno's.
Geno's?
Hands down.
Really?
Now you did not
Geno's.
even hesitate right there.
So I like Jim's.
Jim's is so it's Pat's versus Geno's.
Right.
I go Geno's. Jim's is a little different. It's a little greasier. Love Jim's as well, though.
Okay,
I
good.
don't put it in the competition, though, between Pat's and Geno's.
All right, so Bob just got back. Who'd you guys play? Who did Slew play? LaSalle. And he was telling us about Jim's and Geno's and Pat's and
Larry's.
I'm like, why? And Larry, why is it all some guy's first name? And that's what
I
they
think
named
it's
this.
some guy in Philly with a big gut and a stain on his shirt. And he just says, "This is my spot
Hey,
here."
I'm Larry. What else am I going to call it?
That's right.
Do you get the cheese whiz?
Whiz with always.
Whiz, I
Bob,
love
what's
it.
without?
I know when I was there, I got whiz with, and I
he
think,
just rolled his eyes as
and
big as he can.
I think next year I'm going back to provolone.
Okay.
But
Well,
I had whiz with.
I'm not going to judge, maybe just a little, but
Joseph, thank you so much for joining us again. You can reach him if you're interested, 314-518-4725. And thank you so much for being a sponsor this afternoon.
I really appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Great to meet you. Well, this show is moving right along, but is traffic, Captain Paul?
Not really, Heidi. We've had a flurry of accidents in the last 20 minutes. The latest is a crash on 270 south past 44 with a stop and go back up to Doherty Ferry. Also on 270 south, there's an accident at Tesson Ferry causing a backup to 44. An accident on 70 east past Hanley has traffic jammed back to Air Flight. There's a crash on 44 west at Bowles. We have a crash on 141 south past San Simeon Way with traffic backed up to Hawkins. 64 west is busy in front of Forest Park, and 55 south is running slow from south of Arsenal to 4500 South Broadway. From the KTRS Traffic Center, I'm Captain Paul Kopsky on the Big 550 KTRS.
And now, KTRS weather.
Another cold one today, afternoon highs in the mid-20s. Plus, let's keep an eye to the sky from mid-afternoon into tonight when a narrow band of light but persistent snow could set up. Now, exactly where that band develops, still a little uncertain. A lot of us won't see the flakes at all, but if you do, a fresh dusting up to about an inch, maybe even a little more, is possible. Mostly cloudy, even colder on Friday. Talking morning lows around 8, afternoon highs at only 19. From the First Alert 4 Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Matt Chambers for the Big 550 KTRS.
When you go and get your car washed, do you really care which car wash you go to? Yes, because not all car washes are created equal. Country Club Car Wash is the local family-owned and family-operated car wash since 1989. All these other ones that are popping up, they're all run by out-of-town hedge funds. Keep it local, keep it great. Touchless car washes, no brushes, inside and out. 5 area locations, Country Club Car Wash or cccwstl.com.
Hey, it's Heidi, and if the new year means a new look for your home, look no further than Dalco Home Remodeling. Let me just tell you, customers could not be happier. If you're looking for new windows, Dalco Home Remodeling has you covered. If you're looking for a new door, they can custom make you a front door. They can do French doors, they can do sliding doors, and they can stain it or paint it to whatever you have going on or whatever new color you want to add. Let me just tell you about some of the happy clients. You've got Alex, who said, I had Dalco replace several windows and doors on one of my properties, did a top quality job for me, would definitely recommend. And he's just one of many. You know, Dalco Home Remodeling has been around for more than 50 years. They are family owned and family operated. So if you're ready to get your dream project underway, go to DalcoHomeRemodeling.com. You can also give them a call at 314-298-7300.
Recently, a good friend of mine was changing the light fixture in their kitchen, and they took the light fixture off the ceiling, and they looked inside the ceiling and said, what is the phone number to Michael Baldy? If they would have listened to me, they would have put Michael Baldy's phone number in their phone, because everybody needs a good electrician on speed dial. So here you go. The next time you need an electrician, you need to remember Michael Baldy and Baldy Electric. So the phone number, 314-968-9999. Indoor, outdoor, an old Victorian home, knob and tube wiring, and anything and everything in between. You see, Michael Baldy is a licensed electrician, and he has a team ready to go. Whether it's something for the ceiling in the kitchen, something for the lights for the holidays, whatever it may be, Michael Baldy and Baldy Electric. BaldyElectric.com, 314-968-9999, because everybody needs a good electrician on speed dial. BaldyElectric.com.
Don't get lulled into believing the IRS is getting soft. It's just the opposite. Hi, this is Lance Drury with the Lance Drury Law Firm. We are being told by IRS collection officers that their higher-ups are demanding that they get more aggressive than ever. So don't ignore them any longer. Level up. If you have unfiled returns, unpaid taxes, levies, or liens, call me, Lance Drury, today, and let me get between you and the IRS. I'll protect your rights. At the Lance Drury Law Firm, our practice is focused 100% on fighting the IRS. Remember, IRS problems are legal problems, and they need to be handled by an expert attorney who's done it for decades. So call the Lance Drury Law Firm today. We're local. Our office is right here in St. Louis. Call 314-260-6120. Visit Lance, DRURY law.com to schedule your free consultation with your local tax resolution law firm.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
Now the KTRS Radiothon to support the Backstoppers continues on the Big 550 and KTRS.com. This hour of the 6th annual KTRS Radiothon is brought to you by Joseph Shearer, licensed financial advisor with W. Schwartz & Co., Royal Banks of Missouri, Vitali's Bakery, Altair Travel and Cruises. Thank you for your generous support of the Backstoppers. To make a donation, go to KTRS.com and click on the Backstoppers logo.
And now, here are Heidi Glaus, Josh Gilbert, and Bob Ramsey on KTRS.
Pontoon Beach police officer Tyler Timmons was shot and killed in the line of duty October 26, 2021, while investigating a stolen vehicle. He left behind his wife, Lindsay, and a daughter, and we're so honored to have Lindsay joining us. Lindsay, I'm sure there's not a day that goes by that you don't think about him, but can you tell us about Tyler?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much for having me. Outside of being a police officer, Tyler was just all around the best person I've ever known. He was funny and kind, athletic, goofy all around. But his true passion in life was to serve others and to help others. And he did just that.
Yeah. How old is your daughter now? Tell us about her.
She's 14. Yeah. She's
fun years.
we're in the great years. Yes, ma'am. She's doing fantastic, doing very well in her academics at school. She is a female wrestler. Last year she took second in the state of Illinois.
That's fantastic.
Yep, she's gone up against boys and has beat them. So I feel very confident sending her off into the world in the next couple of years.
I think you should. Can you tell us,
it's just been
Lindsay,
great.
what Backstopper means to you and your daughter? I mean, do you remember when they swooped in?
Yes, absolutely. So prior to Tyler's death, I also was a police officer, and we kind of get a overview of what Backstoppers does, but I never understood the depths of it until we lost Tyler. They swooped in the day after it happened. I had 2 team members in my home, and just knowing that the support doesn't just come from that one-time check that's given to us immediately after the death. It is forever. They take care of our medical, they take care of our dental and our vision. They help with clothing allowances and supplies for our children, getting ready to start school. They clear our debt so we have a good place to start on when inevitably our worlds have been completely crumbled around us.
Yeah.
So they are just an amazing source, and we are forever in debt and grateful for them, each one of them.
In such a tough time, isn't it amazing the speed and moreover the efficiency with which the way that Backstoppers work, because they know you're under a tremendous amount of stress and grief, and they come in and just make it happen.
Absolutely. And, it can be, quite shocking to some people. For me, at first I felt so incredibly unworthy, and I felt a little bit, defensive. At the time I was 29, and I was angry, so angry that had happened. It was 6 weeks after Tyler and I had finally gotten married that he had passed. So for me, I was very defensive, but I was met with just such an amazing amount of grace and just assurance that, we were going to continue to receive the support whether we wanted it or not. But also because we deserve it, because Tyler deserved better than what he had. So just to be met with that at a time where you may be having your walls up because you have had all this tragedy happening around you and you don't know who to trust or who to lean on, I know I can always lean on them.
Yeah.
And they proved that from the moment that they stepped in front of us.
Well, I mean, I think your story is reason enough to make a donation to Backstoppers, because it really, all the money goes towards our heroes.
Absolutely. They absolutely do. And, it's the minor things that you don't think of that are going to come up, like your child's extra, club fees that you may have to pay for sports. That's something that they cover. Maybe one of your children has to go on a regular medication and it's expensive. That's something that they cover. Those are things that you don't realize are in the fine details of what Backstoppers actually helps with. And it is a very long list, and we are so grateful for them.
Well, and you're never alone. I think that's also a big one.
Yes, ma'am, and I appreciate that sincerely. It's something that during the chaos we can look for the positiveness in that.
Yeah. Well, Lindsay, thank you so much for sharing your story with us. Best of luck to your daughter this season. You'll have to come back and brag about her.
Yeah, I'll hopefully next year we'll be taking home first place this season. I'll be able to come back and tell you.
I have no doubt. Thank you so much. Stay warm.
Thank you, Bob, Josh, Heidi. Appreciate you.
Our friend Ed Becker just said joining late, but thanks for Backstoppers. I just made my donation on KTRS website. Just wanted you guys to know. And you can do the exact same thing. KTRS.com. There's a slider. You can't miss it. It says our 6th annual Backstopper Radiothon. Any amount of money truly does make a difference. You just heard. It's the little things and the big things that Backstoppers covers.
Scott, can you believe it's already been more than a decade since the Queen of Carpets sold flooring to St. Louis area contractors?
I know, but I don't have to be a king to offer contractors today's lowest prices.
Yes, contractors owe it to their customers and themselves to shop at Best Buy Flooring for the largest in-stock selection of carpet, carpet tile, sheet vinyl, laminate, hardwood, luxury vinyl plank, and luxury vinyl tile.
Plus 3 convenient locations, North County, South County, and Metro East.
Open 7 days a week.
Best flooring, best selection, Best Buy. Best Buy Flooring.
Don't miss Straight Talk on Retirement with Jeff and Aaron Lapidus every Saturday morning from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Join this dynamic father-daughter duo every Saturday morning for an entertaining and intimate understanding of the retirement needs you may soon be facing. From decades of financial planning expertise combined with a deep knowledge of healthcare benefits, Aaron and Jeff will give you the Straight Talk on Retirement every Saturday from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. right here on the Big 550. KTRS.
Farmers and ranchers, when it's time to buy or sell ag equipment, think Purple Wave Auction. We're your go-to online marketplace for tractors, combines, sprayers, and more. With our no reserve policy, every item sells to the highest bidder. Experience the Purple Wave difference. Nationwide reach with a local touch. Purple Wave Auction. Whether you're expanding your operation or streamlining your fleet, we've got you covered. Visit purplewave.com today. Fuel your farm with Purple Wave Auction.
The holidays are over, time to relax and get back to the daily routine. January is a great time to enjoy the casual, comfortable atmosphere at Gingham's Restaurant in St. Charles. Gingham's was voted the #1 breakfast by the St. Louis Post-Dispatch, but we offer so much more. Great daily specials throughout the week, some of the best pies you've ever tasted, and our soups can't be beat. Anything you want, anytime you want, 24 hours a day, and some of the best service anywhere. Visit us at ginghamsrestaurant.com. Stay warm.
Carney, Buck.
So we head into the weekend. We'll give you a little prep of the Grammys that'll be Sunday night. The executive producer joins us on Friday's show.
I don't know how he has time for that. Also, we'll talk to Dr. Vedika Sharma. She is an ICU doctor, and she's here to answer your questions on the next program.
Let's throw in some movie talk, too, with Tom O'Keefe.
Oh, and I know the show. Meet us here right at noon. We'll do all that stuff.
John Carney, Julie Buck. Weekdays at noon on KTRS. The talk of St. Louis.
Diana from Newstetter's Fine Jewelers here to remind you, we don't just offer the best pieces, we offer one of the last master hand engravers in our country. My father can create timeless, personal, and unforgettable pieces. Come by our showroom at the corner of Big Ben and Doherty Ferry or learn more online at wowdiamonds.com.
Now the KTRS Radiothon to support the Backstoppers continues on the Big 550 and KTRS.com. This hour of the 6th annual KTRS Radiothon is brought to you by Joseph Shearer, licensed financial advisor with W. Schwartz & Co., Royal Banks of Missouri, Vitale's Bakery, Altair Travel and Cruises. Thank you for your generous support of the Backstoppers. To make a donation, go to KTRS.com and click on the Backstoppers logo.
And now, here are Heidi Glaus, Josh Gilbert, and Bob Ramsey on KTRS.
So I mentioned last night I went to see Hell's Kitchen. It was fantastic. And, during intermission, I ran to the bathroom and I got back in my seat and I'm looking at my hand. I'm like, I lost one of my rings. I wear a ring on my middle finger and I'm like, did I, when I was drying my hands, did I throw it away with the towel? And I'm like, okay, it's not like it was an expensive ring. I wore it a lot, but I'm like, I'm not going to go dig through that trash. So I'm asking you what you would dig through the trash for. A woman in Kentucky said she'd always dreamed about winning the lottery. I mean, had a literal dream that she had won. So the next day she bought 4 tickets, one of which she accidentally threw away before realizing it was missing. Would you go in and dig for that ticket, knowing or not knowing what the numbers were?
Obviously, if you thought it was the winner, you would.
Yeah.
I got to be honest. If it was before they announced the winners, I probably wouldn't. And
yeah,
but it's probably a good thing to do.
Well, this was a scratch off. However, she ended up going into the trash
and
won the top prize of $80,000.
Yep.
All right, let's get in the garbage.
Yep. I would have gone in for 10.
You would have $10?
Yeah, $10.
Yeah. She didn't know it was 80. She threw it away like accidentally without even scratching it off.
All right. So when I was in high school, I worked at Handyman Hardware up in North County.
Yes, you've shared that with us before.
A couple of nails, a couple of screws.
Yeah, it smelled like a hardware store, believe it or not. But there was 2 dumpsters. There was one for just cardboard because we had so many boxes.
Yeah.
And that we would cut them up and
It's
throw.
like working at the grocery store, same thing.
And then one was a dumpster. There was a Taco Bell next door to us, and I would walk over there all the time and get lunch when I worked. They had this Godzilla promotion. And you know how in the McDonald's Monopoly promotion, you've got to get Boardwalk and Park Place?
Yeah.
But you always get Park Place. You always get Illinois. You always get Kentucky. You knew on the board which ones were the hard ones to get. Well, the Z in the Godzilla promo was the hardest one to get.
Oh.
You know, and you had to spell out Godzilla, and then you win $1 million or something. I found this out like 6 hours after I had thrown my trash away, and I said, I'm pretty sure I just got a Z, though. You know? And this guy's like, he's got Godilla. And he's like, all I need is a Z. And I go, I swear I just had a Z and just tossed it out. So I rooted around in that dumpster for about 20 minutes and then realized I'm probably just confusing myself.
It was an S.
I don't know. Who knows what it was? Never found it. Never found it. But I jumped in there. And, I mean, I'm wearing work clothes. These things are dirty anyway. But I dug around because...
You see him diving in.
You never know.
You never know.
You never know.
Got to take a chance.
Well, Heidi, what's the dollar amount on yours?
Let me tell you something. I once went into a bag of garbage just for a girlfriend's contact that she threw away. So it isn't even a dollar amount.
Oh, gosh. The things we do for love.
11 minutes before 5 o'clock. Captain Paul, how's traffic moving along?
Heidi, we have a cluster of 3 accidents south of 44. There's a crash on 270 south past 44, causing a stop and go back up to Doherty Ferry. Also on 270 south, there's an accident at Tesson Ferry with traffic backed up to 44. We have a crash on 141 south past San Simeon Way with traffic backed up to Hawkins. Traffic is still slow from McDonald to Hanley after an earlier crash. 64 West is busy in front of Forest Park. 64 East bogs down from McKnight to Big Bend. And 55 South is running slow from south of Arsenal to 4500 South Broadway. From the KTRS Traffic Center, I'm Captain Paul Kopsky on the Big 550 KTRS.
Between all the holiday parties,
weekend tailgates,
and family get-togethers. Oh, they're here. Hey, who needs something to drink?
we've been overindulging a little more than usual. Thank goodness we both added active liver to our diets to give our livers some much-needed support so we have the energy we need to enjoy the holidays.
Active Liver from New Nordic contains a powerful blend of turmeric, milk thistle, and globe artichoke extract designed to give your liver maximum protection and help it do vital jobs like removing toxins from alcohol, rich foods, and sweets.
Try Active Liver today and enjoy all the holiday treats with the peace of mind of knowing you're giving your liver some relief.
Find Active Liver online at Amazon, Vitacost.com, or iHerb.com. Or pick it up today at CVS, Meijer Grocery, or ShopRite. Enjoy life to the fullest with Active Liver.
Hey, it's Julie Buck for our friends at Triad Bank. They are a full-service financial institution, and they've been in St. Louis for over 20 years with 2 locations, one at Clayton and Lindbergh, and the other one just west of 270 on Olive. If you've got your own business and you want to have a better banking experience, look no further than Triad Bank. Their mission is to provide a wide range of commercial and personal banking services to you and your business. For more, go to triadbanking.com.
Dr. Joseph Molesky here with STL Medical Weight Loss. We're going to be hosting a new weekend show at 10 a.m. on Sunday. I'm so excited. I'm joined with my nurse practitioner, Laura Howard. We're going to get into nitty-gritties of everything, answer all your questions about the weight loss shot, how do GLP-1s actually work, hot topics in the news, the do's and don'ts, microdosing, and beyond weight loss. Tune in Sunday at 10 a.m. We're going to be talking about everything you have questions about, and we're going to make sure you understand how in 2026 you can get right with your health. Right here on the Big 550 KTRS.
Now the KTRS Radiothon to support the Backstoppers continues on the Big 550 and KTRS.com. This hour of the 6th annual KTRS Radiothon is brought to you by Joseph Shearer, licensed financial advisor with W. Schwartz & Co., Royal Banks of Missouri, Vitali's Bakery, Altair Travel and Cruises. Thank you for your generous support of the Backstoppers. To make a donation, go to KTRS.com and click on the Backstoppers logo.
And now, here are Heidi Glaus, Josh Gilbert, and Bob Ramsey on KTRS.
I remember a lot of custodians doing this as well, but somebody from 314 says when I was a teacher, students routinely toss their retainers in the lunch trash, just kind of taking their tray up, and custodial staff would dump a lot of trash for them to dig through.
Oh, my gosh. My nephew threw his away at least 3 times.
Yeah, it's not a cheap thing to toss.
No.
Speaking of eating, tell me what you think about this. People looking for the next superfood.
Yeah.
Rich in fiber, vitamin A, B6,
They say fiber
E.
is the next big thing. Like last year, it was all about protein. And this year, the focus is going to be on fiber.
I'm getting sick of going to the grocery store and seeing everything, Doritos now packed with protein.
Did you see Starbucks has a couple new drinks?
Do they?
Yeah.
It's all a fad. The next superfood might just be bamboo shoots. We're all pandas now, apparently. But bamboo has been a staple food in the cuisines of many Asian cultures. I just Googled it, Bob. Doesn't this kind of looks like asparagus?
Yeah,
I was going to say.
A little bit.
One thing I know about bamboo shoots is that apparently they put them under your fingernails to torture you.
Was that Deer Hunter? Was that Apocalypse Now? But I guess when you crack open the shoot, there's something soft and softer, I guess, and edible in there.
Think of heart of palm or your artichoke heart once you kind of pull all of that back. Both of those I love.
Yeah.
And they show this, you can slice it up, you can eat it whole. One of these, they sell it in cans, you can braise it. One of them looks like something else that I've had in Asian cuisines, water chestnuts.
Yeah, I was thinking
You
that
ever had
maybe
those?
I love them.
Really, I don't care for them.
I'm 50-50.
I think they're one of those things that carry the flavor of whatever is in
sauce.
the
Yeah.
dish.
The
So
sauce
if
on
you have
top.
teriyaki, then the chestnut, feels.
I don't particularly like the crunch of the water
Oh,
chestnut.
no, see, I do.
But if it's in something, I'm not going to,
Somebody on the
ask
text line from the
without
618. I love bamboo shoots. I've been eating them since I was a kid. I'm 67. My mom would always make chop suey the day after a pork roast.
Yeah.
So you're ahead of the curve.
Yeah, we
Trendsetter.
do a lot of beef roasts, and then for the next couple of days, we figure out, well, what do we do now? Oh, we'll make tacos. What do we do now? We'll make Lion's Choice sandwiches because you got a lot of meat, but you don't want to eat the same meal 3
Every
days in a
time.
row.
Yeah, we did the same thing with the rotisserie chicken last week and had all kinds of different options.
And that's like what I did with our chili, Jen's famous chili. And then you were the next day, you were talking about the Steak and Shake Chili Mac formula with the Worcestershire. And
how was it? We never broke it down.
it was good.
Yeah.
It was good.
So the chili mac sauce at Steak and Shake, I guess my wife Googled it, and it seems like it's just ketchup and Worcestershire sauce, and you
mix
it up together.
Taste.
Yeah, mix to taste, and then you pour that on the noodles. You pour your chili on top of it.
And that's what I had for dinner, and it was very good. It wasn't as greasy as Steak and Shake, and I meant that as I want it to be more greasy.
Yeah. You want a little of that bacon or burger grease in there with it?
Jen used to make fun of me when we went to Steak and Shake all the time. I'd take a spoon and put it under one side of the dish and tilt it so the grease would run down.
and then eat it up.
Yeah.
And
to get it off.
To get it off. Yeah.
But it was weird.
Yeah.
I was sort of on a diet, sort of not, because Gingham's came in today for the Backstoppers for Frank and Jill's show. And I tell you, Piccadilly has 5-star food.
Yes.
Sticks to your ribs. Gingham's has 5-star food. Sticks to your ribs. I can't even tell you what I ate. Mashed potatoes, this weird ribs in sauerkraut. And I know Heidi loves sauerkraut. Everything that I had was great. So I'm sort of on a diet. But
doesn't sound like it.
I was going to say the sorta is the part I'm picking up.
That's a really fun diet.
I was doing really good for 4 days straight. My mom went out of town.
Whoa.
I brought my dad some food from Steak and Shake, and I got the chili mac, and I started eating this thing, and I was like, oh my,
can't stop.
I love it. And maybe it was the fact that they made it really good that night, or maybe it was the fact that I was eating healthy for 4 days straight. But it was
had enough.
Really, really good. And my wife, that the little pepper bottles, with the little peppers and the vinegar inside. Yeah. We used to make our own because she couldn't buy it anywhere. Oh. And then we found it on Amazon, and now we've got a couple bottles hidden around the house.
So it just topped everything off.
Oh yeah, you could put that on anything.
Italian subs for your finance team at Chicago. Easy Cater. Burritos for your call center crew in Plano. Easy Cater. Bagels for your sales reps meeting clients in Charlotte. Easy Cater. Hot chicken sandwiches for your third shift warehouse workers in Memphis. Easy Cater. Your teams may be spread out across the country, but you've got one platform to feed them all, whenever and wherever they work, with food they love from favorite restaurants. Easy Cater. Food for the workplace, all in one place. Order now at easycater.com.
You still thinking job change in the new year? Yeah, I need something that's in high demand and more stable in this economy. IT? Yeah, cybersecurity, maybe even AI. That's what I did. Really? How? Went to My Computer Career. You don't need any prior experience, and you could start your new career in a matter of months. A lot of IT pros go to school there, too, to level up. Sweet. Are classes online or on campus? Both. Wow, I'll check it out. Thanks.
Make this your year. Take the free career evaluation now at mycomputercareer.edu, an Elite CompTIA certification partner.
Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
The Big 550 wants you to know that when it comes to local news, KTRS is committed to keeping you informed with all the local news going on.
I'm Rose Dalton, KTRS News, the talk of St. Louis.
Jill Enters, KTRS News.
With KTRS News, I'm Steve Paul. This is KTRS News, I'm Sobe Bay.
And when it comes to national and world news, the Big 550 has the resources and backing of ABC News.
I'm Sherry Preston from ABC News. I'm Michelle Franzen.
Delivering what you need to know and keep informed. We are the talk of St. Louis, the Big 550, KTRS. KTRS. If it's soccer in St. Louis, it's talked about on the soccer voice in St. Louis.
The Big 550,
KTRS.
St. Louis.
From ABC News, I'm Michelle Franzen. Congress still facing a partial government shutdown at midnight with funding set to run out when a Senate funding package failed to advance earlier today. Democrats are vowing to hold up Homeland Security funding following deadly immigration operations in Minneapolis. ABC's Jay O'Brien has more.
These 6 bills would fund the remainder, things like paychecks for U.S. service members, programs like Head Start, funding for the NIH, the CDC, the list goes on. And inside this package is also funding for the Department of Homeland Security. And given the situation on the ground in Minneapolis and ICE operations across the country, that has been a serious flashpoint, particularly for Democrats who have said that they will not vote for this funding package if that DHS funding is included and there are not reforms to ICE.
President Trump held his first cabinet meeting of the new year and says he does not want to shut down and is looking for a bipartisan solution. The president also says he's directed U.S. officials to reopen Venezuelan airspace to commercial traffic. President Trump also pushing for Iran to make a new nuclear deal, saying a fleet of U.S. military vessels is on the way towards the Iran region. This as thousands of anti-government protesters have died in recent weeks. More from ABC's CN panel.
Trump hasn't mentioned the protesters. Remember, the ones that he was encouraging to take to the streets, take over their institutions, and that American help was on the way. Now the pressure is there unless Iran negotiates, presumably, some kind of nuclear deal. That's even though the death toll, according to human rights activists, is now almost 6,000 protesters killed, with 17,000 more cases under review. And many people are putting the death toll even higher, in the tens of thousands.
Parts of the South still trying to dig out from the major ice and snowstorm, and now blamed for at least 85 deaths. A potential blizzard for the Southeast also expected to hit again this weekend. The Arctic blast will plunge as far south as Florida. You're listening.
Are you 50 or older? This news is for you. The CDC recommends you get vaccinated against pneumococcal pneumonia. Even if you're healthy, your age puts you at risk. People 50 or older are over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia compared to adults 18 to 49. Just one shot can help protect you. Learn more and schedule at vaxassist.com. That's VAXassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
He's coming. Here he goes. Surprise! Your table saw broke. Also, the warranty expired weeks ago, so you need to pay for a new one out of pocket.
At Progressive, we know small business owners don't usually like surprises because they cost you money. But a good surprise that could save you money? Getting a commercial auto quote from Progressive.
Oh, and the replacement part you ordered doesn't fit, so it's completely useless. What a waste.
Surprise yourself. See if you can save in as little as 8 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
24 degrees at 5:03 with KTRS News. I'm Steve Potter. The 6th annual KTRS Backstoppers Radiothon began this morning. On the McGraw Show, board member Jim Silvermail talked about how Backstoppers provides financial and emotional support to the spouses and children of police officers, firefighters, and paramedics who die or are injured in the line of duty.
You know, the Backstoppers know that we can't take the sorrow and the pain out of, you know, the tragedies that might, you know, overcome that we might experience. However, there is some relief knowing that our families will be taken care of in that instance.
The KTRS Backstoppers Radiothon continues today until 6 p.m. To donate, go to KTRS.com and click on the Backstoppers link. The trial is underway for a U.S. Army specialist charged with murder at Fort Leonard Wood. Specialist Wooster Ramsey is accused of killing Sergeant Sarah Roque in 2024. The trial is expected to last through February 13th. 6 people were injured after a shooting at a Ferguson funeral home. Police say shots rang out yesterday when hundreds of people were attending a funeral at Cotton Branch Mortuary and Cremation Services on North Florissant Road. Ferguson Police Chief Troy Doyle.
We were able to stop a couple people, persons of interest that was possibly involved with this. We also recovered a couple guns. This is still early on in investigation. We're still looking into things. However, it was 6 people that was injured total. 3 were gunshot wound victims, and the other individuals were just injured just through the chaos.
None of the victims suffered life-threatening injuries. The city of St. Louis is offering help to residents with past due water bills. In 2020, due to COVID-19, the city instituted a water shutoff moratorium and deferred payment for residents until it was lifted back on September 1st. Now there are more than 14,000 residents who are past due on accounts, and they can apply for assistance and receive a one-time credit of up to $500. Residents are also required to enroll in a repayment plan to pay back the remaining balance. And 2 new exhibits are opening at the St. Louis City Museum. Blessed by the Ancestors highlights Black artists who were born in the Gateway City. And Who Should I Say Is Calling features the work of an artist who creates his work with what many would consider trash. Both exhibits at City Museum open tomorrow and run through April the 4th. This KTRS Business Minute is brought to you by Walter Knoll Florist, the place for all your floral needs. Place your order anytime at WKF.com. According to the U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission, more than 35,000 outdoor rocking chairs have been recalled after Academy Sports and Outdoors received a report of the legs breaking. The chairs were sold at locations nationwide from September through October of 2025. The markets brought to you by JBL Financial. Tune into Straight Talk and Retirement Saturday mornings from 9 to 11. At close, the Dow up 55 points at 49,071. NASDAQ down 172 at 23,685. And the S&P 500 down 9 at 6,968. Now let's go to Paul for KTRS Sports and Traffic.
Steve, number 9, Illinois basketball takes on the Washington Huskies in a Big Ten showdown this evening in Champaign. The Illini will be looking for 10 wins in a row if they can lock down the victory. And the Blues look to snap a 5-game losing streak tonight when they host the visiting Florida Panthers at Enterprise. The Note come into the game with some walking wounded as both Jordan Kyrou and Jake Neighbors have injuries suffered Tuesday against Dallas. I'm Paul Kopsky from the Royal Banks of Missouri Sports Desk, and now on to traffic. There's a crash on 270 south past 44, causing a stop-and-go back up to 64. Also on 270 south, we have an accident at Tesson Ferry with traffic backed up to 44. We have a crash on 141 south past San Simeon Way with traffic backed up to Hawkins. Traffic is still slow from McDonald to Hanley after an earlier crash. 64 west is busy in front of Forest Park. 64 east bogs down from McKnight to Big Bend, and 55 south is running slow from south of Arsenal to 4500 South Broadway. From the KTRS Traffic Center, I'm Captain Paul Kopsky on the Big 550 KTRS.
We do have a chance for some light snow today, mainly between 5 and 10 p.m. Not much accumulation expected, if any. An overnight low around 6 degrees, mostly sunny Friday and Saturday with highs both days only in the upper teens. At 5:07, cloudy, 24 degrees at the Gold Tower at Westport. Steve Potter, KTRS News, the talk of St. Louis.
Hey, it's Heidi, and if the new year means a new look for your home, look no further than Dalco Home Remodeling. Let me just tell you, customers could not be happier. If you're looking for new windows, Dalco Home Remodeling has you covered. If you're looking for a new door, they can custom make you a front door. They can do French doors, they can do sliding doors, and they can stain it or paint it to whatever you have going on or whatever new color you want to add. Let me just tell you about some of the happy clients. You've got Alex, who said, I had Dalco replace several windows and doors on one of my properties, did a top quality job for me, would definitely recommend. And he's just one of many. You know, Dalco Home Remodeling has been around for more than 50 years. They are family owned and family operated. So if you're ready to get your dream project underway, go to DalcoHomeRemodeling.com. You can also give them a call at 314-298-7300.
Hey, St. Louis, Eddie McVeigh here from Maggie O'Brien's, reminding everyone that I'm looking forward to seeing you at one of our 2 locations. Whether it be for lunch, happy hour, dinner, or late night, Maggie's is the place to be. Don't forget to catch our shuttle to all the major events downtown. And if you need a banquet room, small or large, for that special occasion, please give us a call at Maggie O'Brien's. Maggie O'Brien's 2 locations on South Lindbergh and Sunset Hills and downtown at the corner of Market and 20th Street. Union Station is next to us.
Wouldn't you like to take a vacation from your bills? Well, you can. With credit card balances at an all-time high and Golden Oak's 4.5% rate, you could be saving thousands of dollars after a simple phone call. Call today and get your cash in as little as 14 days and make no payments for 2 months. Call 314-567-GOLD.
Golden Oak Landing, cured my blues.
5.442 APR, FHA 15-year, 20% equity, qualified credit, additional terms apply. NMLS 114937.
Before you put your home on the market, before you have to pay money fixing it up to sell it, before you have to pay real estate commissions, call me. I'm Mike Robinson with Robank Properties, and I will buy your home. Any property, any condition, anywhere, and always as is. Call me, Mike Robinson with Robank Properties at 314-283-0867. That's 314-283-0867. You have nothing to lose when you call Robank Properties at 314-283-0867.
This is the KTRS Radiothon to support Backstoppers on the Big 550 and KTRS.com. This hour of the 6th annual KTRS Radiothon is brought to you by Prestige Pool and Spa, Holt & Patterson, T.R. Hughes Homes, Altair Travel and Cruises. Your donations benefit the Backstoppers. Remember to donate Go to KTRS.com and click on the Backstoppers logo.
And now, here are Heidi Glaus, Josh Gilbert, and Bob Ramsey on KTRS.
I don't know about you guys, but these cold temperatures have me dreaming of being poolside. Ben and Jerry, this is not a joke. Ben Hall, Jerry Kavanaugh are with Prestige Pool and Spa, and they can make those dreams come true. I cannot believe Prestige Pool and Spa has been around for 40 years. Is that right?
Yes. Yes. Prestige Pool has been around about a little over 40 years. It's a family-owned business with a ton of support to Backstoppers that we do with them. We have a ton of customers that are first responders.
You do?
Yes.
Because they need a place to relax after they get off duty, you know?
Yes, it's a very, very stressful job for them. My son is a first responder, so this is something very special to me.
Yeah. Do you just kind of check in on him all the time? Did you make it home after this?
I do, and sometimes I think he thinks it's too much.
Yeah. Hey, you know what?
But you know they're out there, and you hear stories that he tells you.
Yeah.
It kind of it changes your perspective.
Yeah.
Truly, truly does.
You and Jerry have been friends for how long? You guys started in this business together?
18 years.
Yeah, we go back to the previous ownership. 18 years, I guess. And
how did you guys start? Were you opening and closing pools? Were you on the showroom floor?
Showroom? Yeah,
Yeah.
it started in the showroom, and it was funny. I had been there about a year and a half, and Ben came strolling through. We were looking for help inside, and one thing led to another, and he started the next week right there on the spot.
Wow. Crazy. How's the pool business changed over the years?
I guess first off, there's a lot more automation.
What's that mean?
Everybody
What does that
wants to control through their phone if possible.
You want to have lights. You want to have fountains. You want to have a cover.
Fire.
Yeah.
Music.
You imagine it, it could probably be done.
And you guys do a little bit of everything.
Yeah, we try to make the backyard your home vacation experience, if that makes sense. You know, that was kind of a big slogan, especially back when COVID happened.
Yeah, everybody needed to add that extra space, and
you know what? A lot of vacation money wasn't getting spent, and said, let's go ahead and put it in the backyard.
Yeah,
and we were there to fulfill a lot of those dreams.
What's the typical timeline these days? If somebody calls you guys and like, I want to put in my dream pool, can they get it by summer?
They can get it by summer. It all depends on weather, and to be completely frank with you, I mean, we do have some people that we're trying to get that had already signed up, say in the wintertime or last fall. But it's not to say we can't get to it. We've been trying to expand our force here and there and do a little bit extra on our end to get, if we can get one or two more projects done in a given year, that's progress. Hopefully the next summer we're getting about 10 extra projects done a year.
Well, another part of your business, I mean, you have a service department, you do pool openings and closings, you do maintenance. I mean, I can't imagine how busy you are in those spring, summer months.
It gets pretty hectic.
But we're kind of like a well-oiled machine.
Yeah.
Like everybody does their part, and everybody in each department, and it works really well together. The atmosphere, the guy who owns it, Lucas, it's just a family, well-knit, tight family.
I do love that. What do you see more of, pools or spas? Because, I mean, it seems like it's easier to kind of put in a spa.
Well, when I first started there, it was more pools than anything. I would say here recently, since I'd say in the last definitely 5, maybe 10 years now, it seems like the hot tub industry has definitely taken.
What do you think it is? I've noticed that too.
But they definitely stepped up. As far as our numbers go.
Yeah. Do you have to put in an extra outlet like electricity for the?
Yes, you will absolutely. But I mean that's just part of it. But once you get it, you're good to go.
Yeah.
But spas are a little bit easier to maintain. It's not as many chemicals. You're not dealing with pounds, just ounces. So a lot of people go to the spa. Plus, it helps with the body.
Yeah.
Like after in this winter and this cold.
Oh.
Nothing like getting a
Everybody
spa.
wants one right now, right?
Yes.
Ben, you kind of touched on it that your son is a first responder. Is that really what drew you to Backstoppers and wanted to be a part of today's Radiothon?
Yes, that mostly. I mean, I was always behind Backstoppers, but now that my son's been in this for 3 or 4 years,
yeah,
it's very touching for me, like to be behind something like this and to work for a company that is with that too. So
yeah, because Prestige has been a part of the community in many ways since the beginning, really.
Yeah.
We try our best to be part of the community, and these people put their lives on the line, day in and day out. And I know it's not always a life or death emergency, but the time it is, that could be their life on the line too, and they gladly sacrifice their life to make sure yours is saved.
And plus, we have customers who have people, first responders. That's huge too.
Mm-hmm.
Like our customers are first responders too. So we want to make sure they're taken care of too, just not as customers, but also.
Well, you guys love the company. It's obvious you've been with them so long, but it's got to feel great to work for a company that has that philanthropic feel, that wants to give back to the community. That's got to put a great feeling in the office when you're working, that you work for this kind of a place.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely, every day. Like, the work atmosphere is one of top ones.
Yeah.
The guys, everybody works together.
It's a good team.
Yeah. I mean, that's what it's all about.
Yeah, it absolutely is. You guys, it's so great to have you here, and we really love what you do with the community. Of course, if somebody's listening, they want to add that spa, that's probably a little easier to add. They can get that probably relatively quickly. Or a pool. Just go to prestigepoolsandspas.com, and if you're looking for a company to help you open up that pool this spring, definitely give them a call. You guys, thank you so much. We really appreciate you being a part of the show.
Thank you for having us. Appreciate it.
Thank you. We appreciate you.
And now, KTRS weather.
Another cold one today, afternoon highs in the mid-20s. Plus, let's keep an eye to the sky from mid-afternoon into tonight when a narrow band of light but persistent snow could set up. Now, exactly where that band develops, still a little uncertain. A lot of us won't see the flakes at all, but if you do, a fresh dusting up to about an inch, maybe even a little more, is possible. Mostly cloudy, even colder on Friday. Talking morning lows around 8, afternoon highs at only 19. From the First Alert 4 Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Matt Chambers for the Big 550 KTRS.
Country Club Car Wash is the best car wash in town. How do I know? I have an unlimited monthly pass to Country Club Car Wash, and it's fantastic. They're touchless, and you get free vacuums at select locations. Each and every day on the morning show, we will be giving away one free Country Club Car Wash to the text of the day. And each week, we'll be giving away a grand prize, 1 month of free Country Club Car Washes to the text of the week. We'll see you on the show, and we'll see you at Country Club Car Wash, cccwstl.com.
When you want to send flowers to a loved one for a birthday, anniversary, or that special occasion, call your friends at Walter Knoll Florist. Walter Knoll is family-owned and operated and offers custom designs by expert designers. A huge inventory and selection that only the largest florist can offer, with quality and care that no grocery store florist can meet. They have several locations in the St. Louis metro area to serve you. Order online today at WKF.com. That's WKF.com. Walter Knoll Florist, your personal florist since 1883.
Farmers and ranchers, when it's time to buy or sell ag equipment, think Purple Wave Auction. We're your go-to online marketplace for tractors, combines, sprayers, and more. With our no reserve policy, every item sells to the highest bidder. Experience the Purple Wave difference. Nationwide reach with a local touch. Purple Wave Auction. Whether you're expanding your operation or streamlining your fleet, we've got you covered. Visit purplewave.com today. Fuel your farm with Purple Wave Auction.
The holidays are over, time to relax and get back to the daily routine. January is a great time to enjoy the casual, comfortable atmosphere at Gingham's Restaurant in St. Charles. Gingham's was voted the #1 breakfast by the St. Louis Post-Dispatch, but we offer so much more. Great daily specials throughout the week, some of the best pies you've ever tasted, and our soups can't be beat. Anything you want, anytime you want, 24 hours a day, and some of the best service anywhere. Visit us at ginghamsrestaurant.com. Stay warm.
Galmish & Sons have been providing quality heating and cooling services since 1950. They work exclusively with Lennox, the preferred choice of St. Louis homeowners. Call Galmish & Sons for your next Lennox HVAC installation and service. 314-993-1110.
Now the KTRS Radiothon to support the Backstoppers continues on the Big 550 and KTRS.com. This hour of the 6th annual KTRS Radiothon is brought to you by Prestige Pool and Spa, Holt & Patterson, T.R. Hughes Homes, Altair Travel and Cruises. Thank you for your generous support of the Backstoppers. To make a donation, go to KTRS.com and click on the Backstoppers logo.
And now, here are Heidi Glaus, Josh Gilbert, and Bob Ramsey on KTRS.
Golden Oak Lending, I think, is a name that we all recognize immediately. Yep. James Hawkins has done a great job getting it out there. He's the president, and now he's starting a new venture. Thanks for joining us, and thanks for being a part of today's Radiothon. We really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me, Heidi.
So how long have you had Golden Oak Lending?
We've been around since 2001.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so, I mean, that's our, we want to be a part of the community. We're a local mortgage company. There's a lot of national companies out there you could call and you end up talking to somebody from California or Detroit, but they don't really understand the St. Louis market.
Right.
They don't understand the real estate taxes, the implications that insurance have here. So that's the nice thing about us is when you call us, you talk to somebody that lives and works right here in St. Louis.
Yeah, that is nice. And now tell me about this new venture, Golden Oak Premier Realty. Did you just see a great opportunity here to combine two things that go together?
Well, obviously, every month we've got a lot of people calling us and say, I want to buy a house. I want to get qualified. I want to get my financing in order. And then we would turn that over to an agent somewhere. And sometimes they were good. Sometimes they weren't. So we said, you know what? We're well known for our great customer service. Why don't we give them that on both sides? So now when you come to us, you have your financing and you can get your real estate agent with that same great customer service. And it makes the process easier and faster because we're working together.
Right?
Yeah, it's not like you have to find out what the other hand is doing. It's all under one roof.
Exactly.
Have you been thinking about this for a while, or you were just kind of in the shower one day and you're like, wait a minute.
Let's not put that thought out there to everybody. No, it's something we thought about for a while. Obviously, COVID, it changed a lot of business models, and so we had to rethink what we were doing. But it just made sense. So many people complained to us about, the experience that they were having with their realtor, and we said, we can solve that. We're well known for our customer service. Let's just have the agent right here in the office, and they can sit down with the finance. Then you walk right to the next office and you talk to the agent. It just makes it so much easier.
It really does. And we were talking a little bit before you came on. You said you've been a longtime fan of Backstoppers. Do you have a connection, or is it just something that you look and you're like, I just love their mission. I love what they're doing?
Well, unfortunately, I don't have a sexy story for you, but I just believe these men and women, they put their life on the line every day. And the people that support them, the stress that they go through, even when there's nothing bad that happens. So then when something does happen, to be able to have a backstop, something to fall back on, it just made perfect sense. So we've been involved in the fights over the years. We've been a big sponsor there. We just feel like it's the right place to put our money and take care of these people.
James, I got to ask you, can I take my rate with me if I want to buy a new house? I keep hearing these rumors. I've got a great rate. I don't think I'll ever move.
They say date the rate, marry the house.
I've heard that.
So, no, you can't take her with you. I mean, take it with you. There's been some talk about that lately in the news about changing the programs, but a lot of people get caught up on the specific interest rate of their mortgage. But a lot of times you have to look at your overall financial package. If you're paying 25% interest to your credit cards and you're paying 18% interest on some other debt, and then you're paying 3% on your house, your blended rate might be 8 or 9%. So we take that overall financial package and we'll bring you down to a rate that's it might be a little higher than 3%. We know it is, but you're going to save a lot of money.
And you've got to talk to my wife because she hated the car payment and she did a fast track on trying to pay that thing off. I go, honey, it's at 1%.
Right.
And I go, what's your credit card at? She goes, I don't know, probably like 20. I go, where's the disconnect?
Right, and it's the old Dave Ramsey thing, where they talk about paying off the highest debts first,
yes,
and you get down to the lower debt. And that's why when you call us, if it doesn't make sense, we're going to tell you, hey, you got a great rate on your mortgage, stay where you're at. We're a community mortgage company. We want you to think about us in the future. We're not trying to bang you real quick for a buck.
Yeah.
But if you can save money, and we can show you, hey, if you take these high interest credit cards and then we marry that with your mortgage and we get you down to, let's say you save $1,100 a month. That's a lot of cash to put back in your pocket.
Yeah.
And that's our average right now. Customers save $1,100 a month if you do a cash out refinance with us.
That is amazing. And that's the average. So that's saying a lot.
Yes. Yes.
Where do you think rates are going to be in a year, 2 years, 5 years?
The good news is that rates are going to be lower probably a year from now than they are today. If you go back 4 years ago, everybody was talking about how low the rates were, and they said they can only go up from here. Mm-hmm. And that was all the talk, up, 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 and they did go up. Right now, we're seeing the opposite of that. Everybody's like, hey, rates are going to go down. But what you have to be careful of is how much a rate has to move to make a huge difference. Right now, rates are lower than they have been in 3 years. So if you come in and you refinance, you're going to save $1,100, $2,000. Some people save $3,000. That's real money you're saving today. If you're going to wait another year or two to get another $20 a month because the rate went down another quarter,
you've paid all that other for a year.
You've been paying that interest for a year or two.
Yeah.
So it's really smart right now to go ahead and refinance. And then if the rates do go down far enough, we could do it again.
Do we have to wait 6 months before we refinance again?
No. There is no stipulation on waiting. And the good news is it's no out-of-pocket costs. The other thing is, and unlike a lot of other mortgage companies, we will pay for your appraisal if the loan doesn't close for any reason. So when you call a mortgage company right now, the first thing they're going to say is, hey, we got to find out how much your house is worth. Give me your credit card. Mm-hmm. We don't do that. Mm-hmm. We actually take care of it up front. If your loan doesn't close, you never even have to pay for it.
And then I told you, I got lucky with a 3% mortgage. I'm not going anywhere. But when you complain about the rates now, people say, well, ask your parents what their interest rate was. I mean, they were at 10, 15%.
Yeah, but I moved out of that house 40 years ago. I don't care.
As things start to settle down, where do you think the interest rate for your house? I mean, 3% is kind of crazy when you think about it.
Kind of.
The average over 50 years is 7.5%.
Wow.
So they say if we're better than that, good. If you're worse than that, bad. So obviously right now we're better than that. Even today, we're better than that. And the other thing is people have to look at their overall financial picture, because a lot of people say, oh, I got a 3% rate. I'm never going to do that. Well, I do have 30% interest on all these credit cards over here, and you're paying all that extra interest. You might as well have a 9% rate on your mortgage, because that's what your blended rate is on your financial picture. So that's where, when you call us, we'll take a look at everything and we'll tell you, look, this is the best way to save you money. Or we might tell you, stick with what you got. If it's right for you to stay in a 3% mortgage, you stay. But a lot of people, like I said, our average customer right now is saving $1,100. That's real money that you can put back in your pocket each month. And you can pay off your loan faster when you've got that extra cash.
Well,
speaking of extra cash.
Oh, yes.
Heidi.
Well, I
got a check.
What is that check?
I
can't see that from here. I'm 52 now.
$2,000, Golden Oak Lending.
Nice.
Pay to the order of Bob Ramsey.
Thank you. Very nice of you.
Somebody has to pay
KTRS
'em.
Radio. This is going
That's
straight
great.
For the Backstoppers.
straight to the Backstoppers.
That is
Awesome.
fantastic.
Thank you.
And if people want to set up an appointment, maybe either with Golden Oak Lending or Realty, what's the best way to contact you?
The good news is we're going to do business however you want to do it. So you can go to our website. You can put in your information. We'll do it via text. We'll do it via email. You can fill out the whole application. Some people close on their loan and never meet a loan officer, but then some people like to come into our office. So you can call us. Our website's goldenoaklending.com, or we're at 314-567-GOLD.
Awesome. I mean, that is customer service.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much, James. It's good to see you.
Thank you.
5 5:30, Captain Paul, is traffic looking a little better than it was earlier?
Not really, Heidi. We still have some issues out there. The latest is an accident on 70 West at Airflight. 270 South is jammed from 64 all the way down to Tesson Ferry after a flurry of accidents this afternoon. A crash at Tesson Ferry is still an active scene. 64 West is busy from Kings Highway to Clayton Skinker. 64 East bogs down from McKnight to Big Bend. And 55 South is running slow from Gasconade to 4500 South Broadway. From the KTRS Traffic Center, I'm Captain Paul Kopsky on the Big 550 KTRS.
You know, over the years, Lordo's has become part of the family for many, many St. Louis families. For 80 years, they've been helping St. Louis families with all of the jewelry needs, whether it's the diamond ring, a diamond ring, maybe something for St. Patrick's Day, something for an anniversary, Valentine's Day. Throughout the years and throughout the calendar, it's Lordo's as your go-to. Whether it's men or women, you want to repurpose something or buy something new, Lordo's Diamonds in the heart of Ladue on Clayton Road. You see, it's a family business. The family's been running it for years, and they learned it from their father, who learned it from their father. And so that family jeweler, it's where generations of St. Louisans go. Grandparents have gone there. Your grandkids will go there. Right there in Ladue on Clayton Road, across the street from a Norman Rockwell-esque firehouse, is Lordo's Diamonds. Go in, make a friend, and make them your family jeweler, because you can thank me later. 314-432-8008 or online, lordosdiamonds.com.
Fielder Electric Services has been meeting the needs of residents and businesses in the St. Louis area since 1987. As a family and Christian-run business, Fielder Electric believes in treating the customers the right way. Fielder Electric provides service to residential, industrial, or commercial businesses. Under the directive of a licensed master electrician, all work is completed by our professional electricians. Get a free quote from them today. Visit them online at fielderelectricservices.com or give them a call at 314-773-4955.
Looking for a new kitchen or bath? Call me, Anne-Marie Boges, the co-host of the Inside Out Show and owner and designer at Anne-Marie Design Studio. Visit our website at annemaristudio.com. We can help make your dream space into a reality. We're a fine kitchen and bath boutique located in Wildwood. We do it all, from design to bid to installation too. Call us today at 636-821-3395 or go online at annemaristudio.com. Let's make your dream kitchen or bath a reality with Anne-Marie Design Studio.
How do you separate estate planning from elder law? You don't, because they're so intertwined. Let's face it, we're all getting older, and you need to make these decisions today, whether it's for your parents, for yourself, or for future generations. Rudy Beck, Jay Lennox, and Caroline Stolzer have been navigating these important decisions for more than 50 years. Beck, Lennox, Stolzer, Estate Planning, and Elder Law. Call them, 636-946-7899 or BeckElderLaw.com. You can thank me later.
Tune in Mondays to the Frank and Jill Show for Success St. Louis Style, as they feature a St. Louisan making a difference in our community. Brought to you by the St. Louis Chess Club. Building champions in the classroom and the community. Online at stlouischessclub.org. Now the KTRS Radiothon to support the Backstoppers continues on the Big 550 and KTRS.com. This hour of the 6th annual KTRS Radiothon is brought to you by Prestige Pool and Spa, Holt & Patterson, T.R. Hughes Homes, Altair Travel and Cruises. Thank you for your generous support of the Backstoppers. To make a donation, go to KTRS.com and click on the Backstoppers logo.
And now, here are Heidi Glaus, Josh Gilbert, and Bob Ramsey on KTRS.
Marcia got her W-2 yesterday. That means tax time is near. Liesl Kurtz is from Holt & Patterson, a full-service CPA firm. She's joining us with a couple of reminders. Thanks for making time for us. Thanks for being a sponsor of our 6th annual Backstoppers Radiothon.
Oh, of course. We're happy to be sponsors, and thank you so much for having me.
So, Liesl, what do most of us forget this time of year as we start to gather stuff up?
We see a lot of people forgetting, really, it's easy to forget the basics. Of course, everyone remembers their W-2s and 1099s, but there's things here and there that come up, like 1099s down the road that you don't even think of, investments you forgot about, things like that come up. And, it's definitely important to maybe in January make a list of all the things you're expecting. And that way when things come up or when things don't pop up, this is what we've been looking for and this is what we don't have. So you've got that tracking sheet for you.
Lisa, we keep hearing that changes in the tax code and things like that, and American-made cars might catch you a break here or there. Are those things some of those things going to be ready for this tax season, or are we a year away?
Oh goodness, I'm actually more of our marketing person at the firm, so I am not the person for those tax questions. But anyone who is curious, give us a call, and we'll definitely get that answer for you.
Okay.
Now, do you guys have a special connection to Backstoppers, or you just wanted to help out today?
We just wanted to help out. We really love what Backstoppers stands for, and that really resonated with us, and that's why we're here sponsoring.
Well, we certainly appreciate it. Holton Patterson is a full-service CPA firm. Do they tell you, there's certain things that they wish clients would do to make life easier? Like Josh always talks about putting things in a spreadsheet. That's above and beyond what I can do. I really do go in with the folders. Is that okay?
Yes, that is more than okay. The more organized, the better. We love type A people.
I don't know that I would call Josh type A.
Hey, look, it's just advice. It doesn't mean I take my own advice.
Okay, yeah, I guess so. Well, if people are looking for help this tax season, what's the best way to get a hold of you guys?
Give us a call, 636-530-1040 is our last four digits.
How did you
pick
that? I mean, that's amazing. Did you pay extra for the 1040?
You'll have to ask my boss.
It's pretty brilliant. Well, thank you so much for being a part of our 6th annual Backstoppers Radiothon. We really appreciate it.
Oh, absolutely, of course.
So I got to tell you, I probably should have asked. I guess we can't write off trips, right? It's not one of those things that we can.
Is it for business? Is it for business? Aren't you going with the listeners?
I
and
am
everything?
going with the listeners, and I got to.
You're doing leading tours and stuff.
Yeah,
You're
so you
working
think
the
maybe
whole time.
I can?
Parking garage.
Okay, yeah,
things like that.
Yeah, I don't think you can write that off.
You don't?
I think you can.
You think so?
I do. If you're going on business, you got to. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, well, you know what? We've got another question. We'll have to call Holt and Patterson back and ask. But that's right. I am going on another trip, and this time we're going to Iceland. And I was just looking at some fantastic videos because it's not until October 24th. So you have plenty of time to plan. You also have plenty of time to thaw out, warm up here in St. Louis, and then go explore with me. As I mentioned, it's October 24th, and we are going to go in search of Iceland's magical northern lights with Colette. Now, it's going to be beyond magical because that's just one of the many things that we are going to experience. The waterfalls look absolutely amazing. And then I was watching videos of just the massive, crevices of ice. I mean, it really is just these massive glacier sculpted valleys, and then you have the mountains, and not to mention the black volcanic sand beach and the mineral rich water of the Blue Lagoon. It wasn't just a place that Brooke Shields swam when she was 14. It is a place. Colette handles all of it, the flights, the meals, the hotels, those local experiences, and you can learn more. You can join me at Altair Travel February 11th at 6 p.m., and Colette is going to be there. It'll be a great time. I'll be there to say hello, and we'll just learn what's included, how much it's going to cost. You don't have to do anything except show up and learn more about this fantastic trip to Iceland October 24th. So call our friends over at Altair Travel, 314-968-9600. You can also go to KTRS.com to learn more.
The Missouri Valley Conference Men's Basketball Tournament has been the showcase for buzzer beaters, madness, and championship glory. With nearly 5 decades of heart-racing excitement, it begins here at Enterprise Center. The 2026 State Farm MVC Tournament, presented by Credit Union One, Great Southern Bank, and SSM Health, tips off on March 5th through 8th. Celebrate 50 years of the Valley's postseason championship. Get your tickets now at archmadness.com.
Meet me at the Muni in Forest Park.
Muni season tickets for 2026 are on sale now, starting at just $126. It's the best way to save on our 7-show package, featuring Hairspray, Shrek the Musical, South Pacific, Disney's Newsies, Ain't Too Proud, The Life and Times of the Temptations, Meet Me in St. Louis, and Something Rotten. Choose your seats now at muni.org.
Stay connected with the Big 550 KTRS, streaming 24/7 online at KTRS.com or on the KTRS app. Powered by JBL Financial. Stream Straight Talk on Retirement every Saturday morning from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Now the KTRS Radiothon to support the Backstoppers continues on the Big 550 and KTRS.com. This hour of the 6th annual KTRS Radiothon is brought to you by Prestige Pool and Spa, Holt & Patterson, T.R. Hughes Homes, Altair Travel and Cruises. Thank you for your generous support of the Backstoppers. To make a donation, go to KTRS.com and click on the Backstoppers logo.
And now, here are Heidi Glaus, Josh Gilbert, and Bob Ramsey on KTRS.
Well, you guys know Lauren Risley, founder of Lauren Risley Realty, is always generous with her advice, but she also gives back to the community. Lauren, thanks for being one of our sponsors today.
Of course, always. Backstoppers is a huge passion of ours. I know you guys know this, but Jamie Pitterly is one of the top agents on our team, and she was a St. Louis City police officer for 10 years.
Oh.
So her biggest driving force is making sure her brothers and sisters in blue are, taken care of. So this has always been a big deal for us.
Yeah. And, Lauren, you also talk about special mortgage rates for different professions. Are there any special programs for first responders that you know of?
100%. And I will tell you this, our team's aware of them, but Jamie goes out of her way to make sure every single person that's involved in the process for a buyer or seller who's a first responder, literally every part of the process, she has either negotiated better terms or make sure we work with. So like we have a lender that does 3% down with no PMI.
Wow.
Which in the mortgage world, especially since the crash
bubble,
of
yeah.
2008. Yeah, of course. If you don't have 20% down, you have some sort of PMI or MI, mortgage insurance or private mortgage insurance. So to put 3% down and not have any is huge.
Yeah.
She's negotiated lower title fees. She's negotiated lower fees on the inspection for a first responder. So it's a big passion of ours. These individuals go out and not only risk their life, but sacrifice time with their family. So it's really important that while they're gone, they feel like their family is in a safe home and they can focus on what they're doing and not worry about, is the house safe? Are they in a good area? All of that stuff.
Yeah. Do you have any other connections to Backstoppers? I know Jamie is a huge supporter.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the big ones. One of my past relationships, he is a Ferguson police officer. He's a Ferguson detective now, and one of the best humans I've ever had in my life. So we did a ton with Backstoppers, through him as well. So I'd say I have some firsthand experience, but I called Jamie this morning to let her know, we would be talking a little bit about it today. And like immediately she's like, Lauren, you have no idea how incredible Backstoppers is. She said, you have organizations like Salvation Army that helps or whatever. She said, Lauren, the second a tragedy hits, they are reaching out to the family. And it's not, hey, we can do A, B, and C. What do you need? It's, what do you need?
Yeah. And we'll do all A, B, and C, and then all of the above.
She said they help during. They'll pay for funeral costs. Like, people go, well, they have life insurance. Yeah, that doesn't get paid out immediately.
Yeah, that's right.
It takes a while. They'll pay for if you have a special needs, child that's in school and it's a $20,000 a year, whatever it is. It does not matter. Your child needs a certain kind of food that's special ordered. They don't care what the need is.
Yeah.
They're covering it.
And it's not a stipend. It covers it all, which I think a lot of people are just, shocked by. And I was reading some numbers, and I think you'd be impressed by this as well. I mean, throughout the years, which it started in 1959, they cover 28 counties, 18 in Missouri, 10 in Illinois, and have assisted more than 200 families since the inception and provided roughly $3 million in assistance each year over at least the last 3 years. I mean, that says it all.
But they pay $3 million in aid because there are generous people out there who are willing to donate.
Yeah,
that money. If there was a money tree, we would each have one, right? And that is unfortunately not the situation. And so for them to do what they do, it takes generosity. It takes people, giving something. And I think oftentimes people go, I don't have anything to give.
Yeah.
I don't have any, and it's like, could you give $5?
Because it really does make a difference.
It does make a difference. You get 100 people to give $5. That's huge, and you don't, $5 may not feel like a lot to you, but to someone in need, it's even just the gesture of making a donation that means so much to people. So, for people that think I can't do anything or I can't help, you're way wrong. Little things go a long way.
Yeah.
And, we're happy to be part of Backstoppers, but, for any first responder that's looking to, buy or sell, again, Jamie goes out of her way to make sure she knows way more than my brain could even comprehend. But anything and everything that would benefit a first responder, she's going to know, and she's going to guide that path.
Yeah, well, if you are looking to buy or sell a home, and especially if you're a first responder and you're looking to get into maybe your first house, you can always call Lauren Risley Realty, 314-775-0684. You can also email her at hello@laurenrisleyrealty.com. Lauren, thank you so much for being a part of our show, but for really stepping up and sponsoring today's Radiothon for Backstoppers.
No, you don't need to thank me for that. It's something we are more than happy to do, and we're excited to be a part of it.
Thank you, friend.
Awesome.
She shared with me off the air. Mm-hmm. Lauren's spending some time in San Diego.
Yes, she's been kayaking today.
In La Jolla, past all the seals, and she said she rode over a couple of sharks.
Oh, my God.
Oh, come on, man. We're talking about Alicia Keys.
Yeah.
She lives in La Jolla. It was Swizz Beats, is that his name? And they bought that. Have you ever seen that Razor house? It looks like Iron Man's house in the Iron Man movies.
They have a lot of art.
Just hangs out over the cliff. It's all glass.
Wow.
And we'll find out Alicia Keys' story tomorrow, right?
Hell's Kitchen went last night. It was fantastic. But what's crazy is, and we'll talk a little bit more about it tomorrow because we have one of the stars coming on, but it's the first time I've ever gone into the Fox to see a musical. And first, when we scanned our ticket, he said, just a reminder, no singing along tonight. And Claire, my niece, looked at me. He goes, did he just say we can't sing along? And she goes, was he kidding? And I go, I have no idea. Then we got to our aisle and grabbed our playbill, and the lady said, okay, no singing along tonight. And we're like, what is this?
What's going on?
Well, they've heard you sing.
Well, I guess that is part of it. But, you realize about 3 songs in that most of these songs because they're Alicia Keys' greatest hits.
Big hits.
Yeah. And so it's so much fun.
Wasn't that the problem with Taylor Swift's concert?
But then they leaned into it and made it a thing. And Wicked.
Okay. Oh, Wicked.
Yeah. Then they said, you know what? Here's special showings so you don't mess up what everybody else is.
Cannot help yourself.
Yeah. Here's another
a special
option.
Showing. For all the obnoxious people.
Kind of smart. Yeah, kind of smart.
Bob, do you see this house?
I see it.
It's called the Razor House in La Jolla. Everything is made of glass.
Wow.
But look, you can see their beds. You know, there's a bed, and there's a bed. And
you can see it in this picture. Nobody else has that angle.
Only the seagulls.
Yeah. Only the seals.
I was going to say, there's...
Well, it's too high for the seals.
Okay. Well, somebody had to get up there and take this picture, so...
10 minutes before 6, let's get one final check of traffic from Captain Paul.
Heidi 270 south is jammed from 64 down to 44 after a flurry of accidents this afternoon, all of which have cleared. There's an accident on 70 west at Air Flight with a backup to 170. 64 west is busy from Kings Highway to Clayton Skinker. 64 east heavy from 270 to Lindbergh and from McKnight to Big Bend. And 55 south is running slow from Gasconade to 4500 South Broadway, where it's stop and go. From the KTRS Traffic Center, I'm Captain Paul Kopsky on the Big 550 KTRS.
The leaves and temperatures are changing. Can your furnace keep up? With Viviano Heating and Air, you don't have to guess. Our certified technicians provide expert HVAC maintenance, repairs, and energy-efficient upgrades tailored specifically to your home. So whether you're looking for a full system replacement or a tune-up to get you through the cooler months, call Viviano today. Check out the website, vivianoair.com. Trane, the most reliable name in heating and cooling around. It's hard to stop a train.
Everyone's talking about these weight loss drugs, and it's a good thing we've got Dr. Joe Molesky with us, a St. Louis native and board-certified primary care physician. Dr. Joe, it can get very confusing, but the one thing we need to know is GLP-1, right? That's the magic cure.
The magic cure is these weight loss shots. They're injected once weekly. They're not like the old medications that you've seen 20, 30 years ago. These medications actually work. They're injected once weekly, and patients see within the first 90 days 10 to 15 pounds down. It simply works, and that's why I recommend it to all of my patients. You simply go online, book an appointment. You fill out a health questionnaire form. You get an appointment on our schedule. It's all telemedicine based. It's all done from your home. And then you meet with me or one of my nurse practitioners. And then after the 10, 15-minute consult, the medication is delivered right to your door discreetly, and you get started right now on your weight loss journey.
And you want to start to lose weight? None better than to call stlmedweightloss.com and ask Dr. Joe. stlmedweightloss.com.
Now the KTRS Radiothon to support the Backstoppers continues on the Big 550 and KTRS.com. This hour of the 6th annual KTRS Radiothon is brought to you by Prestige Pool and Spa, Holt & Patterson, T.R. Hughes Homes, Altair Travel and Cruises. Thank you for your generous support of the Backstoppers. To make a donation, go to KTRS.com and click on the Backstoppers logo.
And now, here are Heidi Glaus, Josh Gilbert, and Bob Ramsey on KTRS.
Well, let's squeeze in a little entertainment news. Fans online are sharing their most memorable celebrity encounters, both good and bad.
Okay.
Okay, so here are some of the best. Jack Black. Somebody said, I was begging my boss for an extra shift. He overheard, tipped me $100 on a $20 tab. From then on, he never left me less than $50 and would always check in with me when it was the end of the month to make sure I had rent covered.
How cool.
Whoa.
That's fantastic.
Not only did he cover that, he remembered them.
That's fantastic.
Harrison Ford. My uncle said that he's incredibly nice, took the whole crew out for lunch to thank them for working on his helicopter. Kind of cool.
That's pretty cool.
Justin Bieber. This one might surprise you. He was by himself at a mall. He wasn't trying to be incognito. He drew me in with a big hug, chatted me up. He was absolutely lovely.
It doesn't cost anything to be nice.
No. John Travolta, the guy is totally down to earth. He's also someone who asks a lot of questions, actually interested in what you have to say. I think that's key too.
Yes.
And this should surprise nobody. Dolly Parton can confirm that she's just as great as you'd assume. She was just so nice to everyone. She is so much smaller than I expected. Yeah, that's why she wears those heels.
I tell you, going back to Harrison Ford, I've said this from the beginning of time, Bob. You always tip your helicopter mechanics.
Oh, there's no
Okay.
doubt.
Always.
All right. A couple of the worst. Jennifer Lopez.
Oh, no.
She was super rude, dismissive, and had this attitude that she was better than.
It's not hard thinking diva.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah, but then
she's really talented.
somebody like Heidi walks in and lights up the room, and she's a completely different person.
It took a second.
Oh,
Did it take a second?
But she was, the whole story, real quickly. Usually, the stars don't get there before you do. You're sitting down if you're doing kind of
And they
this
walk
thing,
in, right?
and they walk in. Well, they got there about 20 minutes earlier than they were supposed to. And everybody, the sound, the photographers, we were all on a quick break because it's all day long. So all of a sudden, I hear my name from down the hallway, Heidi. And so I start running, and I run in, and she and Ray Liotta are sitting on the couch already. And she's looking down at her phone. Ray bends over and introduces himself. It's the same day that the Rams have moved to L.A. And Ray is saying, how's your day going? I'm like, not very well. You know, I'm from St. Louis. Here's what's happening.
You just stole my football team.
Yeah, and he's kind as can be. God rest his soul. She's still there on her phone, and all of a sudden she puts it down, says, "Hello, I'm Jennifer." So it was kind, but it took a second in that moment.
You've met we've talked about a lot of the
Yeah.
celebrities you've met. Didn't you tell me though she was so striking?
I've never seen anybody more beautiful.
Yeah.
In person.
Ever. Heidi Klum I interviewed. Yeah. I mean, I can go through a list of Katherine Heigl. Nothing compares to Jennifer Lopez.
Wow. I believe it.
You can't describe it. It's unlike anything. Imagine the most beautiful woman you've ever seen, and then times it by about 50.
Holy cow.
And I can tell you, I get judgy occasionally.
Yeah, oh, I know.
So,
Hi, my name's Jennifer.
Yeah.
What would it be like to be the most famous person in the world and you still feel the need to introduce yourself? Yeah.
Okay, here's one that you met, Diana Ross.
Yeah.
She cut in front of me at the airport check-in counter once. I was flabbergasted by this lady who had the guts to sweep in front of us and touch the gate agent's computer.
Oh, my goodness.
That's just being Diana.
Well, she sat on my lap and was very nice.
Yeah,
so I think
You'll take it. Yeah. Well, we are running out of time. Do we have any birthdays today?
All right, I'll give you two real quick ones.
Okay.
Heidi gets this one slam dunk. Oprah Winfrey.
72.
Bang, got it.
What?
That was going to be easy.
Yeah.
All right,
Legend.
real quick, back to back. They've worked together. Tom Selleck is how old?
78.
79.
81.
Ooh.
The beautiful Catherine Ross, who in the late 60s, early 70s, was as gorgeous as anyone in the movies. The Graduate, Butch Cassidy and Sundance Kid, Stepford Wives.
Love Story. That was Ally McGraw.
Yeah.
My dad said Catherine Ross. He would, the way he talks about her.
He'd leave your mother?
Yeah, oh yeah. He gets misty, you know.
Well, at that time period, it was her and Jacqueline Bisset.
Oh,
those
yeah.
two in the late 60s, early 70s. So, how old?
89.
84.
Oh, so close. 86.
86. You guys, that does it for us on this fantastic 6th annual
awesome
Radiothon for Backstoppers. Thank you for hanging out with us. Thank you for making a donation and supporting our first responders. We really do appreciate it. Tomorrow's Friday. We'll be back here starting at 3 o'clock. Hopefully you'll meet us. And until then, see if you can put a smile on somebody's face.
Between all the holiday parties,
weekend tailgates,
and family get-togethers. Oh, they're here. Hey, who needs something to drink?
we've been overindulging a little more than usual. Thank goodness we both added active liver to our diets to give our livers some much-needed support so we have the energy we need to enjoy the holidays.
Active Liver from New Nordic contains a powerful blend of turmeric, milk thistle, and globe artichoke extract designed to give your liver maximum protection and help it do vital jobs like removing toxins from alcohol, rich foods, and sweets.
Try Active Liver today and enjoy all the holiday treats with the peace of mind of knowing you're giving your liver some relief.
Find Active Liver online at Amazon, Vitacost.com, or iHerb.com. Or pick it up today at CVS, Meijer Grocery, or Shop.
From ABC News, I'm Dave Packer. Fulton County Election Board Commissioner Rob Pitt says they'll contest the seizure of hundreds of election materials from the 2020 presidential election by the FBI.
We will fight this with everything we have.
President Trump has for years claimed fraud in the 2020 election that he lost to Joe Biden. ABC's Stephen Portnoy.
A day after the FBI seized 700 boxes of ballots and other records from the 2020 election, the FBI director told the Charlie Kirk Show.
This has been a well-thought-out, methodical, predicated investigation.
Kash Patel says he expects the Justice Department will soon ask a judge to unseal the affidavit the FBI submitted to obtain the search warrant. Fulton County officials have aired their concern about what could happen to the ballots now. Here's Patel's response.
For anybody to hint that this FBI or this Department of Justice is mishandling evidence is just flat-out political buffoonery.
Stephen Portnoy, ABC News, Washington.
Senate Democrats striking a deal to avert a partial government shutdown and to move forward with a package of 5 bills that separates Homeland Security funding. Programs in a 5-package bill will be funded through September, but DHS would be funded for just the next 2 weeks. Democrats hesitant to provide massive funding to the department that employs federal agents that have been flooding cities like Minneapolis. Meanwhile, Border Czar Tom Homan is now signaling plans to draw down the number of federal agents in Minneapolis following 2 deadly shootings of U.S. citizens, weeks of protests, and growing concern about ICE actions during the operation. Homan.
Target enforcement operations, the way we've always done it, I think we got away from a little bit. And we want to make sure we do target enforcement operations. And look, and I will say it again, we are not surrendering our mission at all.
President Trump this hour declaring a national security emergency with respect to Cuba, saying, quote, the government of Cuba has taken extraordinary actions that harm and threaten the United States. You're listening to ABC News.
Most people in radio commercials talk really fast. But we made this one for RV owners. Progressive knows they like the slower pace of RV life, like this commercial. And they know Progressive will protect their RV at a fair price with discounts. Now here comes the fast part. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Discounts not available in all states or situations.
You're still grooving, still connecting, still loving, still turning up, still thriving. You still got it, but your immune system, it weakens as you age. That's where vaccines come in. They help train and strengthen your immune response to fight off respiratory illnesses like flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, or COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Book in minutes at VaxAssist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Minnesota man who allegedly attacked Democratic Congresswoman Ilhan Omar at a town hall earlier this week has been charged in federal court. ABC News national correspondent Stephen Portnoy has the latest.
The FBI says the 55-year-old suspect squirted the Congresswoman with a solution of apple cider vinegar mixed with water. An affidavit says agents interviewed an associate of the suspect who said that years ago, the man said of Ilhan Omar, someone should kill that expletive. He's now charged in federal court with assaulting a member of Congress.
Some popular food products sold in 3 states are being recalled due to possible exposure to rodent and bird waste.
It's a long list of food products being recalled in 3 states where they were sold in Indiana, Minnesota, and North Dakota. A distribution company may have kept them in unsanitary conditions where they could have come in contact with rodent and bird droppings and urine. That company initiated a recall in December. Now the FDA is classifying it as one that could cause adverse health consequences. The impacted products include things like Nutella, Cheerios, Gatorade, Coca-Cola, Skittles, Sour Patch Kids, and Jolly Ranchers, sold in those 3 states. Alex Stone, ABC News.
Elon Musk today announced Tesla will stop making its S and X models of electric cars. Musk now saying the company will convert a massive factory into a robot manufacturing plant in a shift to production of Optimus robots. Musk says he set a goal of selling 1 million humanoid robots over the next 10 years. Dave Packer, ABC News.
Offer not valid in all states or where prohibited by law. Loans are subject to lender approval. See website for details.
Meet Dave. Hardworking, but lately bills have been piling up. Now Dave is short on money. With rent due and having bad credit, Dave was worried. Lucky for Dave, there's 47fastcash.com. Dave went to 47fastcash.com, and within minutes he was approved for $3,000. Best part, Dave got his money the next day. When you need fast cash help, go to 47fastcash.com. 47fastcash.com.
I'm Steve Potter with KTRS News. A former Illinois sheriff's deputy was sentenced today to 20 years in prison for fatally shooting Sonia Massey, who had dialed 911 to report a possible prowler outside of her Springfield home. 31-year-old Sean Grayson was charged with 3 counts of first-degree murder. Jill Enders reports that Missouri's Property Assessed Clean Energy program is a success.
In the last year, the program supported energy efficiency and renewable energy upgrades across 8 facilities, creating nearly 2,700 jobs.
St. Louis city officials are giving positive feedback about how the city dealt with the recent snowstorm as far as providing essential